You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Hey Tony, drop that. What bass?
I bet. Dr. Dre in the place to be. Co-rockin' shit with my homeboy Steve. After Roadium, getting stupid some. Yo, don't think that you can get none of Dre, the motherfucking doctor, the bitch hopper, the sucker motherfucking stopper. I'm fucked up, so don't mind what I'm saying. I'm just kicking it with Steve, Tony, A, and Susan. Yo, we be choosing dope shit to put in a mix. Know what I'm saying? We kick shit like and that's a fact. And if your shit ain't in a mix, you know it's whack. And that ain't no bullshit. I'm kicking facts on a serious tip. Word up, Dr. Dre's in full effect doing serious damage, boy.
Tony A! Tony A! When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 123. 123, wow. Never ceases to amaze me that we're still here. So I'm thankful to you guys that are subscribed, liked, comment. All you guys that talk crap on the live chat, that shit is dope. Keep it up. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. But before I introduce my very special guest, my very funny guest, my very talented guest, my guest has a huge history, which you guys are in for a treat. But before we get in my interview, once again, I'm pushing the ads for those of you that own a business, for those of you that sell merch, for those of you that, you know, I don't care if you own a tire shop, if you own a restaurant, whatever you want to push. If you want to push your record, get at us at DOCUMIXERY/ads. You could buy a 1-minute ad. And like I said, we average about 10K per episode. And our channel monthly hits about 500,000 views. So you want to take advantage of that and promote yourself until it pays off. DOCUMIXERY/ads. Other than that, for those of you that like hard copies, you can still buy the CD hard copies. I only got a few left. When I say a few, I'm talking about a handful. For those of you that like hard copies, those of you guys that are still old school and got a CD player. If not, you can go to DOCUMIXERY.com and download them there. Other than that, you can buy hats, beanies, merch, sweaters, whatever, DOCUMIXERY.com. But enough of that. We'll get to that during the break. But other than that, let me go ahead and introduce my very special guest. And I'd like to thank everybody, first of all, for tuning in. None other than Concrete in the motherfucking building.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for having me, man.
I'm so excited today. Okay. You know what? I went through your Instagram and I saw a picture. So I always get them mixed up. John Belushi?
Yeah.
You had a picture of John Belushi there.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. Now let me ask you this. Why did you post that?
Somebody had mentioned to me, you know, they were like, hey, bro, you know, you remind me of like so many comedians. And, you know, he's like, man, like, you know, the George Lopez's of the world, or the, you know, like the Felipe Esparzas. He's like, but one of the guys that I think you really resemble and you kind of reincarnated in is, you know, John Belushi.
Right.
And honestly, I didn't know how to take it at first. I was kind of like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, this dude was like crazy. He was out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was.
Unfortunately, he passed of an overdose. But you know, they were like, dude, you rap, you do comedy. You know, I'm sure you're gonna be doing movies soon. He's all like, your comedy, your facial expressions, everything kind of embodies John Belushi. You know, and I've always seen myself more of a, you know, my biggest inspirations are like, you know, the Jim Carreys of the world, the Cantinflas, the Tintans, you know.
Awesome.
Guys like that I've always looked at and been like, man, just such pure comedy, and where you didn't need to have, you know, vulgar language or whatever the case, and they still made you laugh. And that's what I always kind of saw myself as, or wanted to be like, and inspired to be, right? And then that guy put it in perspective. So then I'm chilling at the house, and I'm just going through like YouTube videos. You know, I'm always trying to see what's out there and see what's going on. And a video of John Belushi, like the last 24 hours of John Belushi. And I'm like, all right, man, let me click on this. I remember what that dude had told me. So I click on it, and then it's telling me everything about this dude. Like, yo, he had the #1 album, he had the #1 movie, he had the #1 TV show, all at the same time.
Same time.
And honestly, like that resonated with me because that's exactly what I want to do, and that's exactly what I'm aiming for. You know,
That's awesome.
Whether it happens or not, I think having that kind of mindset and that goal is just, it just puts everything in perspective for me and where I want to be in my career.
That's awesome. I always encourage people that come here that if you're going to dream, man, dream big.
Yeah.
Dream big. But I also encourage them, but if you're going to dream, make sure you have the talent to back up that dream.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So now, today's Sunday. Let's go back to Friday. How has your week? How did you spend New Year's?
With my family, man, my kids.
Just chilling at home.
Yeah, you know, because I travel a lot for work.
Okay.
So whenever I'm able to be home with the kids and, you know, con los niños y la esposa, pues hay que estar a gusto, you know, just chill and just have a good time. And yeah, we just spent it, man. I bought some poppers for my kids and we had a little bit of, you know, we were doing the whole little apple cider with the kids. And it was cool, man. I loved it, man. It was just really chill and relaxed, and I wouldn't have had any other way, man. Shout out to my wife, Nikki Will, baby.
Hey, man, you know, I wanted 2020 to be fucking over real fucking.
I think everybody was, you know, and yeah, man, I think it was a tough year for everybody, you know?
Yeah, we lost a lot of people. Now, I'm a big football guy. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I watch football. I pretty much just lounge, fall asleep, wake up, the game's still on, eat, go back to bed, watch football again. You got a football team?
Nah.
No.
Nah. And I'll tell you why, though. I grew up in, you know, I was a kid in the 90s. LA didn't really have a football team like that. Everybody was leaving. The Raiders have left already. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up kind of like always attached to basketball. So I'm a diehard Laker fan. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing else. I will ride for the purple and gold every day of the week. But as for a football team, I mean, I guess once the Rams came back, it was kind of like automatic support that used to be here. So that's, you know, I didn't want to bandwagon or just be like, oh, this team won this year, so I'm going to go for them. Like, nah. I was like, if anybody's going to come here and whoever comes here first, I'll go for them. And it happened to be the Rams. So
what about the Chargers, though, man?
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. No, that's cool. I mean, you know, I'm just a fan of the Rams. I mean, they were here first, and I'm rocking with them. And they were prior to LA. They were here before. So, hell yeah, Rams fan.
Okay, Dodger fan?
Absolutely, Dodger. Yeah,
Dodger.
Come on, you kidding me? Yeah, kidding me? Of course.
Awesome.
Dodger fan, bro.
Soccer fan?
Not really, man. I mean, I played as a kid. I was horrible, no podía patear la pelota para nada, güey. I was bad at soccer, bro. I was just not the greatest soccer player. I just lost myself in the game. But basketball was really where I more or less excelled at, you know?
Okay. I'm a big, what about, well, you don't want to like football, I was going to say college football. I'm a huge Notre Dame fan. We did terrible against Alabama the other day.
Yeah.
Cowboy fan, we lost today against the fucking Giants. We suck balls this year. Lakers and Dodgers, and everybody knows. And I was sport LA Kings hat just because it's a dope hat.
Yeah. I mean, I never got into hockey. I heard it's dope if you're live, if you go there and watch it, but I've never, you know, again, that was like pre-90s, like all the Kings, like it wasn't really preview to me. I was kind of like, when I was growing up, that was already kind of like phasing out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got into the era where it's like Rebels, jerseys, you know what I'm saying? It was like Rebels, jerseys, and then it's like, you know, like more like mainstream hip hop shit, you know?
Okay. Where originally are you from? Where did you grow up at?
I'm from San Fernando.
So born and raised?
I was born in Van Nuys, you know, raised all over the valley, but, you know, where I spent most of my years was in San Fernando as a kid, and that's where I identify with the most, San Fernando, the city of San Fernando.
Awesome. For those that maybe live in San Fernando, what elementary, junior high, and high school did you attend?
I went to, like a little bit, I went to San Fernando Elementary, and then, you know, I remember I came home after being at San Fernando Elementary. Like the next day, I threw on my dad's pants and socks, and my mom was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, mom, yo quiero ser cholo." And she was, yeah, because I was infatuated with that. I was like, "Damn, I want to be a fucking gangster. Like, this looks dope to me." And then she was like, "Nah, hold on." So she literally got my cousin Peps's address, which is right here. And he lived just on the other side, just on the cusp, in order for me to get into a school that was just on the other side of town.
Right.
And I ended up going to Haskell Elementary, and that's where I was like maybe like 5%, 10% of like the Hispanics. I mean, I went to school with like Spanky from the Little Rascals and people that were like in the, you know, all the star kids and shit, you know, and I was just like the little kid with a mullet, with the little bowl cut and braces and shit, you know? So it was just really weird. I got picked on every day.
No shit.
Every fucking day. And then I would go home and it was like, hell yeah, I want to be a cholo, you know what I'm saying? Because I would be on the block now, you know? So it was like, I would go to school over here and then I go back home and it was like, hell yeah, let's go steal some hot Cheetos and let's go do it big, you know? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So as far as back as you can remember, you wanted to be a gangster.
Hell yeah. I was infatuated with the situation. And I remember, like, you know, they had the cars, they had the girls, and they would kick it outside, and it was just fun to me. The way I seen it, it was just fun. I was like, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do.
The cars,
you know? Everything, just the culture. And then you know, like growing up in San Fernando, they used to cruise on Laurel Canyon, and that was huge. Like it was just every Sunday, every Friday, it was cruising night. So I would just sit there on the corner. I would literally walk about, you know, one block, and I'd be on the corner. I'm just watching all this going down. I'm like, hell yeah, this is the fucking culture was. To me, I was understanding the culture. I was like, this is what it is. Lowriders, chicks. You know what I'm saying?
The music.
This
Tres
is
colores.
Yeah, everything. The fucking Ben Davis size 53s. You know, I was infatuated with the culture, and you know, up until I started growing up and I started seeing, like, you know, homies not make it.
Yeah.
After being 15, it was kind of like, okay, maybe this ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't it for me. You know what I'm saying?
You know, in junior high school, I remember, like, from my neighborhood, I had like some real fucking like down ass homies, real young dudes fucking putting in work.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? What you just said, they never even made it past 9th grade, bro.
Yeah, it was tough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in that cusp of, like, you know, leaving the 90s, and it was still like, I mean, again, I'm not in the streets now, so I don't know how relevant it is, but I'm sure it's just as relevant as it was in the 90s. It's just I'm not in it no more, and I'm not in the streets and all. So, but I remember, you know, back in the day, yeah, man, like, we seen a couple homies died right outside of school, or right at the 7-Eleven, or right at the Taco Bell, you know, where they unfortunately got killed. And yeah, those were things where, like, you know, hell yeah. But me and my boys, like, we had a little crew of like 4 boys. It was my cousin P, our boy Tech, and our boy Steve, and that was our little crew. And we just, you know, we would be in the, you know, we were trying to rap at the time, and, you know, it was. We just kind of got out of it. We started partying and just doing the party crew stuff. And,
Okay.
You know.
You know what? I want to ask you, because you do a lot of skits, and
Yeah.
I've been seeing them a lot lately. And a lot of people, when I posted a reply, they were sending them to me.
Yeah.
There was one, I guess you were in the, I don't know if he's actually your real father, but he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
He was, you know, taking a dump.
That's my dad. Yeah.
Okay, it is really
Shout out to Papi. What's up, Papi?
Shout out, Papi. Shout out, Papa. Okay. So, but yeah, you know what? And actually, some of those were fucking hilarious. But then I seen you with long hair, and I'm like, okay, is this guy sporting a wig? But no, it's your real hair.
It's a real hair, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
on the bun. It's right there. I just kind of hide it. I'm not hide it, but it's, I can't wear a hat and wear it down. I feel weird if I put my hair down and shit. It
Right.
just starts looking crazy.
2 questions I want to ask you, and they're pertaining to music and comedy.
Yeah.
Growing up in a Mexican home, with your mother and your father, as a kid, what type of music would you say you grew up listening to? What would your mother, what would your father play?
You know what's funny? My dad, even though he listened to, like, you know, my dad didn't really listen to like corridos or banda and shit.
Okay.
You know, my dad was more of a Los Bukis, the Eagles, Air Supply. He was more into like soft rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, he listened to Elton John, and then he would turn on like Luis Miguel and Maná and all this stuff. So, you know, my parents didn't really listen to like corridos or,
Okay.
you know, like rancheras. You know, they obviously they did because of the party movement and all that. But I remember being in car rides, and it was more like that kind of music, like Air Supply. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
Okay.
like that, like soft rock. So I grew up listening to like Foreigner, talking to Acid Trip music when I was like 10. And I used to be like, what the hell's my dad listening to? It wasn't until I got older that I was like, Dad, you were listening to people doing acid, bro. Like, come on,
Right.
bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, my dad was probably wild too. You know?
Right. Cálmate, hijo, cálmate.
Yeah, you know?
Okay, so now my next question is this, because I grew up with a lot of music with my dad. My dad taught me a lot, but he also taught me comedy. What would you say, if any, growing up, what was some of your comedy influences? Because I see you not only as a director slash DJ slash actor, but also as a comedian. So I like to see sometimes what shape it and molded you or your career. What would you say you grew up watching that was comedy?
You know, like as a kid, like the first stuff that I remember seeing comedy, and my parents would put it on. It was these series of movies, these Mexican movies called Risa en Vacaciones. All right, and these movies were basically prank movies done in Acapulco or like in beach resorts where they would just prank people. And that was like the first stuff that I remember seeing as comedy. It was called Risa en Vacaciones. And it was really huge in that culture, right? Like in the Mexican culture. And those movies were fucking great. And then as soon as I turned like 5 or 6, I remember I got my first dose of In Living Color.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was fucking captivated, dog. Jim Carrey to me was like dude, the way his facial expressions, he wouldn't even have to say a joke. Just the way he moved, the way he made his face, all that would just make you laugh.
Yeah.
And that to me was comedic, you know? Obviously, I grew up watching too the Cantinflas and the Tintans of the world, where it was just like really witty comedy.
Right.
You know, really witty. And obviously, you know, Cantinflas taught me that you can be a character. Because Cantinflas wasn't Cantinflas 100%. That was a character.
Of course, yeah.
And with that character, he made, I don't know, 100+ movies or whatever the case may be. But Cantinflas taught me that you can play a character, and if you play it right, they will love that character. And that's where I kind of got from him. You know, that's why I introduced so many characters. I have the McDonald's guy, the Walmart guy. You know, my dad, I do the skits with Bash. I do the skits with my boy Justin from maybe Chevy, which I just recently started doing with him. We've been killing it with that, you know, the Rebel stuff. So it's like I'm always trying to introduce different characters and give people, you know, I always say, like, I can't make everybody laugh, but I make comedy for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I make comedy for just Spanish speakers. I make comedy for hip hop heads. I make comedy for, you know, el papi kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a little bit of everything and just give people a variety. You know, I mean, I think the best thing when you go to your favorite restaurant is that you have a few different things to be able to choose from, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's me. Like, you can, you know, you may not like this character, but you may resonate with this character, you know? And that's what I try to give people, man.
You know, one thing about Cantinflas, he was the first guy that I ever saw a big white tee and sagging black pants.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like, you know, the Chespiritos, you know, like El Chavo del Ocho, like comedy that, again, it was clean, bro. It was clean comedy.
You didn't need cuss words.
You didn't need cuss words. And to me, it's like this. I see comedy how I see rap, right? If you can rap without cussing and say something, bro, like, props to you, bro. Props to you, because that is hard to do. And with comedy, I do the same thing. Like, if you can make me laugh without saying a cuss word or without being vulgar, then you got it. You can, you know, I feel that that's more transcending to the world, and people will be like, you know, they'll be able to place you. I still try to be as edgy as possible, you know?
Right.
I try to really be edgy at the same time, and at the same time be able to have people like show their kids my comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, some of the stuff is not, but, you know, again, like I try to say, I just make whatever feels good to me. And, and if it makes me laugh, then that's what I post. I don't.
Yeah.
I used to try to like make people happy, and it's like, no, I'm just gonna do shit that works for me and what I think is funny, and then if they like it, cool. If not, and I don't feel like I went out of my realm or out of my box. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing me. You know?
Awesome. You know, I grew up. What my dad taught me was more the black and white comedy, like Bob Hope, Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello. Those. Those didn't have like curse words, but they were more like movies with comedy. They'll say one-liners here and there. Okay?
Yeah.
Then eventually, my brothers introduced me to Richard Pryor. Then that's when my whole life changed.
Yeah, for sure.
Richard Pryor was like fucking a comedian god to us. Then Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy came around.
Yeah.
And then of course we grew up with Cantinflas, you know, Tintan, and then we got into the dirty ones like Lalo el Mimo, fucking Tuntun, and Los Verduleros, and all these dirty
El Caballo, like all those guys that were just dirty Mexican comedy, like just straight sexual shit. Yeah.
But those are good movies.
Yeah, I remember my dad watching them. Trust me. My dad used to watch those movies, but like, hey, voltea la cara, cabrón. Hey, cabrón. And I used to be like this and shit, like,
with the eyes open like this.
like this. Oh shit, you know. And yeah, I mean, but I remember those cartoons. I mean, those movies, and it was like, yeah, El Caballo. It was all like sexual comedy, and you know, I mean, growing up now, I'm just like, that'd be me like watching fucking American Pie now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's essentially the same thing, and I think, you know. Yeah, man. I mean, it kind of molded me, but ultimately, I think still to this day, the funniest guy I know is my dad.
Okay, before we get into the music aspect of you being a rapper, give me your top 5. They don't necessarily have to be in a row. Top 5 comedy movies of all time.
Top 5 comedy movies of all time?
Of all time.
Okay, shit.
Take your time.
Man, top 5 comedy movies of all time. Okay, well, to me, for sure. I mean, I was just 9 years old when this movie came out. It literally burned my funny fuse. It was Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Okay.
Dumb and Dumber to me it's number one. That's personally my movie.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah. So you're telling me there's a chance. I mean, just his facial expressions, dog, it's so funny to me, dog. And then Harry, it's just Lloyd and Harry. Oh, come on, dog, it's out of here. That was just like a lightning in a bottle. That was a fucking great movie, right? So Dumb and Dumber, and then I remember watching Friday, and I was like, fuck, this is hilarious. It came out when I was like 9 too, and I was like, yo, this is funny. You know, to me, like, that was me a glimpse getting of like the black community. I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I didn't really go to black communities like growing up like that. So to me, like, yo, that shit is hilarious. It's the same shit as our crib over here. Like, it's the same thing.
Right.
It's just a different color, but it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I remember watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but apparently my parents let me go watch Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I was like 10 watching that shit when it came out. Like, why, bro? There was no reason for me to fucking be there.
Right.
And I'm fucking watching this movie and I'm like, hell yeah, that's a party. I want to go to that shit.
Right.
You know? So that's 3, right? So that's
Right.
3.
3.
Shit. Let me see. What's the other one? Oh, my girl would understand why, and it would have to be what is it? Damn, man, it's Bring Your Green Hat. What is it? It's with man, I'm literally spacing out on
Who's in it? Maybe we can help you.
It's Will Ferrell, and it's about the college. They're going to college or something like that. Old school for sure. And then right after that is I don't know, there's something about like that combination between actors, and for me it was Wedding Crashers. I think that to me was a great movie. And then obviously there's new ones that have been hilarious, but those are like probably my top 5 that I can watch any day of the week.
Right now, the first 3 that come to mind for me, number 1 will always be Coming to America, which in my opinion, the best comedy movie of all time. Second, I like Harlem Nights. I thought that was
that's a great. You see, that's a great, but before my time, right?
Right. Then, of course, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
But also Ace Ventura's.
Yeah. I think all the Ace Venturas. You know, I just gave Jim Carrey and Harry that one. You know, but yeah, those are great comedies.
Okay, top 3 comedians of all time.
Top 3 comedians of all time. That's hard. That's so hard because I'm a comedian and I don't want to upset anybody.
Okay, let's put you first.
My dad.
Okay.
Me. And my mom. My mom's hella funny. And honestly, dude, my girl's hella funny.
For real?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make any skits with her?
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, she's had. I mean, she makes sure she always checks my skits. I always send them to her. I send them to my mother-in-law because my mother-in-law, she's like another moral compass. You know what I'm saying? She's a pastor. Shout outs to my mother-in-law. You know, she's like a moral compass. So I'm always like, hey, like if I'm doing a risky skit, I'm like, you know, she's a pastor. I'm like, hey, do you mind checking out this skit for me? And she's like, it's hilarious. Mijo posted. I was like, all right, cool, I'm good.
You got the blessing. You got the blessing.
I got the blessing. I got the blessing from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So my mother-in-law says it's cool. I'm cool, dog.
That's dope.
You know,
that's dope. My dad was like the Mexican Jim Carrey. He was out of here. Like he was a real funny guy.
Yeah.
He introduced me to film. He introduced me to comedy. He introduced me to music. My dad really showed me like he won my mother over by writing a song and singing it to her.
Oh, there you go.
You know, and I was like, for reals? I was like, you go see?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, he was a big time comedian. And but now let's talk about the movie real quick, Cantinflas, because my dad was still alive at the time, and it came out and he showed it to me and he asked me, watch it, tell me what you think. I liked it because I really thought that guy played Cantinflas to the T. What was your opinion on that movie, Cantinflas?
I mean, to me, it just shows a different aspect of Cantinflas. I don't know how true everything is.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? It's way before my time, but I mean, to me, it was a great movie. I was able to see like another light of Cantinflas that we never seen, and it just kind of eye-opening. I think it's always like that, right? When you admire somebody so much and you get a glimpse of like who they were behind closed doors and away from it, it just kind of gives you a perspective, you know. But I mean, it just kind of shows. It goes to show that everybody's human, bro, no matter what it is, you know.
Yeah. I thought it was a good movie. My dad didn't like it. There was certain things about it that he said he didn't like, but I was like, okay, cool. But he was a real critiquer. Loved watching movies. I always watched the movies with him, whether they were action or, you know, he would say, "Pon una de karate," you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
That was my dad. My dad was "Pon una de acción."
De acción.
Man, my dad wanted to see, like, if they had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Chuck Norris, Charles Bronson, or Los Mario Almadas, or Van Damme, he was like, he'll watch it.
Los Hermanos Almadas. Wow.
Revolver never lost bullets. They kept shooting forever. Like it was fucking. Those guys always just kept. They kept shooting revolvers. They had 16 shots in a fucking revolver. Like it's amazing. It's crazy.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, when we used to go to video store, when the video stores first opened up, like VHS.
Please rewind, fool.
We used to go with it. Yeah. Please rewind. Be kind. Please rewind.
Be kind. Please rewind. My dad. I don't mean to cut you off, Tony, but my dad had the little. It was like a little sports car. Mm-hmm. So you would push it, and then the sports car will open up, and then you put your movie in, and then you'd be like, yeah, that shit looks hard. Look at that.
Yeah.
And that was like the highlight, bro. Like, if you had a tape rewinder, my G, Hey, your family was doing all right, perro.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Your family was doing all right, G. And if you had cable, boo.
Back then was on TV.
Yeah, because I remember in elementary, right? Like again, I would go to like a, somewhat, very cultural elementary school, So there was a bunch of like, Hispanic, like a few Hispanic kids, white kids, and Asian kids, and I remember we'd be in class and they'd be like, "Yeah, guys, did you guys see that fucking Nickelodeon stuff? It's amazing." And I was like, "What Nickelodeon? What is that, guys?" They're like, "You don't have Nickelodeon? Ha, loser." And I was like, fuck. I didn't know what Nickelodeon was, bro. The only time I got to see cable television
Right.
was at the school. Like we watch Ghost Rider or some shit or whatever. And I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool." People be talking about it. "Man, did you guys watch the episode of fucking whatever Boy Meets World or some bullshit?" And I was like, "No, I didn't see it. I don't have cable." They're like, "Oh, man." Like that's how you know like the level of status of financial status that you had. Yeah, I mean, Saved by the Bell was like, regular TV. Like, to me, I was stuck on Saved by the Bell, Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then I caught on to like Married with Children as a teenager. So I was already by that time I was already canceled and shit. But
Okay. Favorite Saturday cartoon growing up?
Favorite Saturday cartoon growing up, hands down, bro, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
I think it came on Saturdays, but yeah, I used to watch it every fucking day.
Mine was Scooby Doo. I used to love Scooby Doo.
Oh yeah, nah, my G, like that's when you guys were doing like 2D animation, perro. That's motherfuckers were still drawing with a pencil. Nah,
Yeah.
my G.
Yeah.
I was already doing it. Like these fools had markers, fool. They were still doing slides, fool. When you were watching,
That's true. That's true, bro.
They were like doing flip books and shit.
Where you do a stick, man. I used to love to do that shit. Okay. Here's how my mom used to pick out a movie at the video store. I used to walk in. Of course, I'm a little kid. She used to grab the box. She saw like a killer clown with a knife. I don't even know what the fuck the name of the movie was. She was like, mira buena.
Yeah.
La agarramos.
Yeah.
We'll get it. It looks good.
Yeah.
She saw a little kid doing a karate stance. Oh, this one looks good too. We'll get this one.
Fuck yeah, 3 Ninjas.
Yeah, they went by the box. It didn't even matter who in the fuck was on it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we picked movies. But back in the day, that was dope to be able to have a VCR.
Yeah, oh man, you had a VCR, you were doing it. And if you had the dual shit, like that shit was dope too. Like if you had like a dual VCR. I remember when the dual DVD one came out. It was a VHS and DVD. Like, fuck.
You're balling.
Yeah, you're doing big things in your crib, perro. Like that was big,
Okay.
I mean, at least for in my crib it was, I come from humble beginnings, man.
Same here. Now, what was your first or earliest memories of hip hop? Mine, 6th grade. First time I heard Rapper's Delight. Then the second one was, I think it was Rapture with Blondie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how old were you, and what was possibly the first song that you could say you could remember hearing?
The first song that I remember hearing with rap, it was my cousin Grumpy. Shots and my cousin Edwin. I love you, Dougie. He had a tape of I remember he had a tape of Lighter Shade of Brown, and he had a tape of Colors. No, it was like the Crips and the Bloods did like a joint tape together.
Okay.
You remember that?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the fucking album.
It was
Banging on Wax.
Banging on Wax.
No, it wasn't Banging on Wax. Banging on Wax is. It could be Banging on Wax. Yeah, it was. It was the Bloods and the Crips, and he was banging that shit. And I was like, hey, what I didn't know what rap was. And then I remember the first time I got rap music. My parents apparently we had gone to TJ, and on the way back, some guy was playing like a tape player, and he was playing fucking Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer, and I was like, I heard that doom 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 doom. I was like, ugh.
Where I stopped.
What the yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember he was playing Kid Frost. This is for Raza. And my dad was like, esa ta chingona. I remember saying, esa ta chingona. My dad didn't listen to rap, but he was like, esa sí me gusta. Because my dad, he related to it. You know what I'm saying? This is for Raza. So I remember I got the Kid Frost. I got the Kid Frost tape, I got the Vanilla Ice, and I got the MC Hammer tape.
And that was in TJ?
In the same day on TJ. Yeah, they were bootlegs. I'm sorry, perro. Kid Frost, I'm sorry, G. I'll pay you back, my dog.
Yeah.
But I remember it was a Kid Frost, Vanilla Ice, and an MC Hammer, and that shit just blew my mind, bro. I was like, fuck yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, that bass line was just killer. And that was my first taste of hip hop, of me ever getting like tapes. Ever in my life.
Shit.
And then after that, I ended up stealing my dad's credit card. And I remember the first CD I got. And if you're like below 25 or below 30, you probably remember this, but they used to send these like booklets of like CDs. you were able to buy CDs. And I remember I took my dad's credit card because I seen a rap, but it was said Biggie. It said Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that one. And I took my dad's credit card and I called and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. And I gave him the information on it. And I remember I got that CD at the crib, and it was my first CD that I ever got that I was a big fan of was Biggie Smalls before Tupac. But then Tupac came and just fucked it up for me. It was just like I became just a Tupac head. But Biggie was my first like big rap influence.
Okay, I before we go to break, got a question I always ask everybody.
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls, Life After Death, double CD, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, double C.
All Eyes on Me, that's it. That's it.
That's it. Okay, we go to break.
That's
okay.
it. That's not even a question.
All good. Okay, everybody. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and take a 10-minute break. So make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, let them know that Concrete's in the motherfucking building. Don't fuck around. Come back. We're having a great time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Southern Cali Bounce, available on all streaming services.
That's right, available on all streaming platforms including Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, and it's free on YouTube. The newest single by Supernatural Frequency, Oh Creep, and Too Big from Brown Minds, Southern Cali Bounce. Get funked up with one of the hottest tracks right now. Pull out your classic cars and your lowriders, because this is the perfect track to cruise to. And, I mean, if you have a Prius too, go ahead. I won't judge. You know what? Even if you have a Prius, bump this. Trust me, you're gonna feel like you're driving a 6'4" Impala. I mean, it has a fat bass line, hard drums, talk box. You can't go wrong. Southern Cali Bounce, available everywhere.
We back? Is everybody in? Is everybody in? So once again, everybody, welcome back to episode 123, Roadium Radio. And I'm the Wizard, and I'm in a goofy mood. Concrete, we're back.
Yo.
You know what?
Good.
Yeah,
good.
you know, one time I said Roadium Radio. Instead of saying Roadium, I said Radio. And I kind of fucked up a little bit. I think I'm getting a monster buzz.
You're a DJ. You were scratching it up a little
That's
bit.
all it was. You picked up on it, see? Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about, because to me, this is like my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You were once a DJ, or still DJ, I'm not sure. You
Yeah.
tell us. How old were you, and who was it that inspired you to start DJing?
Well, I knew I wanted to be involved with music somehow. And I remember, you know, this is, man, God is my witness. I remember I took my Jefitas pots and pans, and I made like a little bateria on the back, and I was hitting the pots and pans, and one got mad. So I knew I wanted to be into music somehow. You know, I just didn't know how. And my next door neighbor, when I was living on Griffith right there in San Fernando, or on Kewing Street, I had a neighbor, and he would always come outside and bring his little like record player, and he would play it, and you know, he would let me put on a record, and I'd be like, oh hell yeah, like that's dope, you know. And I remember seeing movies at the time where like I would see like DJs, and I was like, okay, cool, that's something I can probably sink my teeth into, you know. So when I turned 12, I was working for I already had like a little weekend job. I was working for this party rental store at Rey Sonoras right there in Pacoima, and the dude, you know, he had a bunch of DJs, so he would book the gigs, and he would put each DJ in a party.
Oh, okay.
And I remember I was like, man, fuck this shit. So I remember I was cleaning the records, and I was cleaning all the CDs, putting them in the right places, from cumbias to hip hop to quinceañera music. And I was placing, because he would send the DJs with the box of CDs with all the music, all the hits to play at a party, and then he would send them out. So every weekend I would have to go in there and fix them before the guys came in and picked up their gear to go and DJ. So I remember one morning I got there, and I was like, I started fucking around, and I started mixing on like CDs and shit.
Right.
That was when like CD mixing kind of was starting to pop off a little bit. And he's like, ¿A poco eres DJ? And, you know, I was like, pues sí le puedo. I was like, yeah, I can do whatever. And he was like, ándale pues. So la semana que entra, he's like, next week I'll get you a job. I said, all right, fuck it. And I was 12 years old.
12 years old?
I was 12 years old. And the first gig I ever had was a bautizo in Silmar. And here I am, a 12-year-old kid. I get dropped off at this party. My dad's supposed to pick me up at 11. And I'm fucking DJing a bautizo, bro, from like 5 p.m. to like 11 p.m. I'm 12 years old. And I remember I was my first gig, and they were like, yeah, que la chingada. And the guy gave me a tip, and everybody was like, this is the guy who's going to DJ. He's like, he's a fucking kid. And I was like, man, just, you know, I started playing music, and I started playing the little music in the beginning. Then it got into the cumbias, and once I got into Sonora La Mita, dog, I had the crowd.
Shit.
I had the crowd, my G. Once I played Mi Cuco, they were like, oh, that was sick. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, once I played Manafo and Caballo Dorado, I was like, what? This was killing it. I was 12 years old, but I knew this. I knew the set list. Like, they had CDs of like party hits, quinceañera hits, so I would just play those. And then, you know, I started mixing on CDs, and then, you know, I was working with him for like 6 months. And I remember my dad asked me, he was like, ¿Y te paga bien? My dad, you know, old school dad, he was like, he's going to go work. Fuck it, go work.
Right.
He would just pick me up at the end of the night, you know? And he's like, how much is he paying you? And I was like, nah, he was paying me $35, bro.
Fuck.
I was getting paid $35 to DJ, whether it was a quinceañera or a fucking bautizo. My dad was like, nah, la chingada. You know, by this time, you know, I remember we went to downtown LA, and he was like, nah, that was okay, fuck it. And then he bought me like a CD. No, he bought me my first turntables, because I was like, you know, I don't really want to do like, I was like, I don't want to do quinceañera. I just want to do like house parties and shit.
Okay.
So I remember he got me my first 1200s, and my first mixer was a Vestex. And I remember it was sick. It was sliding.
I was like a battle DJ.
Oh, dude, it was like for no reason. It was too much, bro. Too much for me right at the time. I'm 13, 14 years old, and I get my turntables, and yeah, man, I started DJing at parties, and I was like one of the youngest dudes to ever DJ at the arena at that time. You know,
Oh, shit.
You know, I started DJing like in Sunset and doing like little clubs and stuff like that. And then by the time I was 16, I had my own club in Simi Valley, I think, right? It was called the Tequila Room. I was a 16-year-old kid.
What do you mean you had your own club?
I was promoting my own club every Friday night. Me and my boy Edgar. So he was a promoter. I was a DJ, but I was DJ / promoter.
Wow.
So at 16, I had my first 21 and over club, and I was DJing the shit. You know, I was headlining every night, killing it on Fridays.
Killing it
on Fridays, dog. The same set list. You know what I'm saying? It was the same set list. Just, you know, I didn't really have money. The money I was getting from the club. It was like $300-400 a night as a 16-year-old, bro. What?
Right.
I was spending that shit. Dude, I was getting it on Friday. Para el domingo, güey, ya no tenía nada, güey. Nada, güey. I didn't have no money. Fucking, I remember I used to go to Factory to You and shit, or, you know, Family Bargain and just ball out.
Right.
Because I didn't want to go to the mall. I was like, that's just too expensive, you know?
When you have dollar stores back then?
Nah, there was no dollar stores yet, you know? So I remember doing that shit, man. And that's how DJing kind of went along. And I was like 16, and I was like, DJing it wasn't giving me like essentially like the satisfaction where I was like, man, I want to do music.
Okay. So then you picked up, or you started rapping. Have you always been rapping?
No, I started producing first. I started making beats first.
Okay. Now, as a producer, what did you start using to start producing beats on?
The first thing I ever got to, I remember at this point, like I was already like saying like, forget school. At 16, I was like in 9th, 10th grade or whatever. And my dad was like, well, if you don't want to go to school, like, what the fuck are you going to do? I was like, I want to make music. He's like, that's loco.
That's pendejo.
¿Cómo crees? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, look, Dad, like, this guy named Chuck Heat, he's been teaching me this shit. So I used to ditch school, bro. I used to ditch school, take the bus from one side of the valley to the other side of the valley to go to this dude Chuck Heat's house. And he used to have me record his samples on an MPC 2000 XL.
Okay.
So I would put in the record. He'd be like, "Hey, record that sample." So I record the sample, put it on the flash drive on a floppy, and I'd be like, "Here, dog." I was 16 years old, and so I would go over there and do that for him, and he would just keep making beats. He would stay focused on just making beats, and then I remember he gave me like a stack of like, you know, 5 or 6 like flash drives. No, not flash drives. The floppies.
Okay. Yeah. I think there was the zip.
The SanDisk. Yeah. The zips. And he's like, look, whenever you get your first MPC, here's a gift. These are all my fucking drum samples, my claps, my snares, everything. I was like, what? Sure enough, I bugged my dad for like fucking 2 months. I was like, Dad, I need to get this. I remember I took him to like Sam Goody. I took him to Sam Ash. And I was like, esa es la que quiero. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one that he has. And he's making sick ass beats. My dad didn't get it.
Right.
He's like, he was just off fucking pads. And he's like, 2,500, estás pendejo. Estás bien pendejo. 2,500, ¿de dónde voy a sacar tanto dinero, Cristian? ¿De dónde? And I was like, Dad, I don't know. He's like, no, yo no sé, pero tú le vas a hallar la manera. A ver cómo le haces. And I was like, fuck. And I remember I got my first job. I got my first job at Foot Action.
Okay.
At Foot Action. Some dude that I was making beats for. Like I used to make beats like on this little, it was like a little Tascam recorder, and you would put in a CDRW, and you would like, it had little punk ass sounds, bro. Nothing crazy.
Right.
And then, you know, he was rapping, my boy Lyric. Shout out to my boy Lyric, and he was the first guy that I ever started producing with. And I remember my boy Julian JQ. He gave me my first computer. He's like, hey man, I have this computer, bro, but like I don't even use it. Like, you think you want it? And he gave me a compact Rosario. And then once I had my MPC, then one of my boys was like, man, stop recording on that on that Tascam, bro. Like, you gotta get this shit called man, what was it? It was not Fruit Loops, but it was it was another program, Cubase
yeah.
XL. He was like, this shit goes on your computer, you can record forever. And I was like, what? So I had my first studio at 16 in my garage. My uncle, you know, Pedro, built a little like fucking box. It was a fucking hot box. And that's where I started making beats from there. And then it just kind of grew from me making beats from my cousin, my cousin P, my boy Tech, and my boy Steve. And then I remember we got our first like deal when we were like 18. I remember I had to wait for my birthday because the people that were signing me were like, you don't gotta tell your parents, man. Just wait till you're 18. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. I was like, I wanted my first fucking record deal. So I remember they had like a party and they put us in a magazine. We were like in some magazine in fucking Europe. Who knows, you know?
Right.
And then I remember it was my birthday, and like within the same fucking day, I was like, hey, I'm 18, man. I can sign the contract. Perfect. Come over.
Come on down.
Come on down. Sign on the dotted line. I don't even know what I signed. And then we got into the studio, dropped some shit. Nothing really panned out.
No, but you were rapping at the time, then now.
I was already rapping and producing with like a group. Yeah.
No, rapping.
Yeah.
Since I haven't heard none of you in the earlier stuff when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
Were you any good?
Was I any good?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I guess, that's on your perception of what you think hip hop is, and what you think and what you like, I don't know. But was I successful? I think for what I did in the time that I did it, I was very successful in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I remember being 15 and I was like, I want to have a song on the radio. And by the time I was 19, I had it on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Man. That's awesome.
I had my first song on Power 106 played by DJ Felly Fell. Shout outs to, Sean Lewis and Steve LaBelle, who at the time were managing me.
Yeah, that's dope. Now, I like usually to ask this type of questions. When you recorded your first demo and you rapped on it, you played it back. Did you like what you heard?
Nah.
No?
Nah, because I had a sense of expectations. I knew what I wanted to hear on the record, and I knew that the reason I actually started rapping myself is because everybody that I would invite over, I was like, ugh, whack. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whack. But my beats are way harder. And keep in mind, I just had like kicks and claps.
Right.
And a couple little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And then I cut don't sample the rest.
Like today's music.
Yeah, so just super simple. And it was like, but to me, I was Dr. Dre.
Of course.
But I knew what I wanted to hear, and I knew that the homies that I had in there didn't have it.
Right. Okay, so now.
So I started rapping after that. I was like, I'm taking matters into my own hands.
You rap, you create your own demo, you let people hear it. What was the feedback you got?
The first record that actually got me like recognized was a record that I did called Industry Beefs. And that was a record where I was talking about the beef between like Dr. Dre and Eazy-E. At the time it was, I think it was 50 Cent against like Game. And I did a record called Industry Beefs, and that caught the attention. Shout out to my boy Big Boy. He gave that demo to Sean and Lewis from SNL Entertainment. And they work, still to this day, they work in partnership with Steve LaBelle. Steve LaBelle has managed Bone Thugs and Harmony, Mariah Carey, all these huge fucking rappers and singers, and
Yeah.
So he got a wind of the record.
Okay.
He's
been around for a long time.
He's been around for a long time, but like, since, me talking about Run DMC, like that's his boys, or that, so I'm coming into this, and then I remember I get the call and they're like, yo, Sean and Lewis want to meet with you. And I was like, all right, I don't know who these guys are. I'm just trying to rap. At this time, I'm doing towing in fucking Palmdale, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking towing cars for AAA, my G. Killing it, $200 a week. Right? That to me was a lot. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm towing forever.
Yeah,
but in the meantime, I was writing in between and shit, going from car to car to fix a flat or whatever. I was writing and shit,
Did writing come easy to you?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know most guys that would say it took me a while to really start getting the hang of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think to get the, writing came easy, but was I making records yet? No, I wasn't making records till like 5 years until I started rapping. I started rapping at 15.
Okay.
By the time I had my first record on the radio, I was like 19 or 20. So it was like 4 or 5 years later, That's when I understood the concept of like, okay, records.
Right.
How to make records, right?
Right.
And then, so I remember I got the call from Sean and Lewis, and they're like, yo, man, we want to meet with you, dog. Like, we like your shit, Yeah. And I had this, this thing has always been where they say I sound like the Mexican Game, right? For whatever reason.
Okay.
And then, so I remember, they were like, yo, we're going to set up, Sean and Lewis were like, yo, man, we're going to set up a meeting with this guy named Steve LaBelle. And again, I didn't know I didn't know anybody. I just knew the artist. I didn't know nothing about the industry managers, whatever, talent agents.
Right.
And then until they told me like, yo, he manages these people, Bone and the whole shit. And I'm like, oh, this is big. This is big. So I remember I got ready and I went and I met up at his crib in the valley, and, beautiful crib. And I walk in, I see fucking plaques everywhere. Plaque. Platinum, gold, platinum. I'm like, shit, this dude's a real fucking deal. I'm in here, right?
Right.
And so we go into his car, and he was like, yo, man, I like your record. The Industry Beefs, like, that's pretty dope. Like, where are you from? I was like, man, I grew up in San Fernando. He's like, you bang? I was like, nah, I don't. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, all my boys do kind of shit,
Yeah.
I was like, so it's kind of like whatever. And he was like, all right. He's all like, shit, why am I signed you? He's all like, and look, I just picked up this other kid. Let me know what you think. And he plays this CD, and it's a song called Bullets Ain't Got No Names. And it's by Nipsey Hussle. And it's just, to me, that was the first time I ever heard of Nipsey Hussle, and it was a song called Bullets Ain't Got No Names. If you're a fan of him and you've been following his career, you know that was a big catalyst of Nipsey's career, was that song, Bullets Ain't Got No Names. And I remember him playing, and I was like, ugh, that was sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were even in the same age group. I was just like, yo, that dude's fucking sick. Let alone, like, we literally almost have the same birthdays and shit, you know? You know, I didn't know Nipsey at the time. It was just kind of like, so once we got signed, I started going to his shows with all that stuff. And then, you know, things happened. I was an impatient artist. I was an impatient dude. I remember Steve LaBelle, Steve, Sean, and Luz, they were the ones that, you know, kind of were able to talk to Felly Fel and be like, yo, listen to this record. And Felly loved the record. It was called Certified Kush.
Okay. You know, I want to ask you something, because I think this is important, because I think what I'm going to ask you, most artists today, sad to say, will never experience what you experienced. For an example, you said you heard your song on the radio. Okay.
Yeah.
The sad thing is today, you know, well, the good thing is, let me say, we got Spotify, we got all these major platforms.
Yeah.
We got YouTube, where we could do a song and we could upload it. And if we got a new video, new song, go listen to it. Okay.
Yeah.
But to have your song on the radio is a fucking big thing, bro.
Yeah, dude, I didn't really have nothing educationally going for me at the time. All I knew was music at this point.
Yeah.
I'm 20 years old, 19, I think it was 19, 20 years old, and I'm sitting there like, they're like, dog, I think they're gonna play your record today. And I was like, fool, shut up, dog. You kidding me, bro? Shut the fuck up. You're talking about Power 106.
Right.
Felly Fel, new at 2, new artist. What the fuck? It didn't dawn on me.
Right.
And then, you know, so Felly Fel, yo, what's up? It's Felly Fel. If nobody loves you, Felly Fel loves you. There's a new at 2. It's going down right now. We got your boy Beretta from San Fernando. What the fuck? Never in a million years, bro.
Wow.
But it was a feat that I was like, I knew I could get it. I mean, if I do the right record, like, I know I could get on it.
Yeah.
And that was like a big thing. I remember I cried right there in the living room with all my boys. I was just fucking crying. You know, we were like,
yeah,
because you know, to me it was an account. I didn't make, you know, it wasn't about financial, nothing, Tony. It was nothing financial. It was like, oh, it's done.
Yeah,
I got it. I did what I set out to do 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like a monkey off my back.
Right.
And it had nothing to do with anybody else but myself. I was just like, I've always, whenever I go to something, bro, whether it's fucking music or film or golfing, I always feel like I just want to be the best at it, dog. There's no other, like, I don't know anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes it's bad because I'm, you know, like,
no, you know what?
I seem selfish at times, but
Right.
it's just, that's just my character. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I'm glad you said that. You want to be the best at it. And I think that's an encouraging message to a lot of these young artists today, that, you know what? You got to master your craft. Be the best at it. You know, see, here's my thing, because I know rappers that are very talented, but I just don't think, in my opinion, they put in the work in, you know, to be the best at what they want to do. A lot of these guys, I think, are talented, but they put out mediocre records. You know, because I don't want to pay good money, so I'll pay $25 a beat, and their beats are not matching their lyrical skill, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and you know, I mean, like, you gotta think about it like this, Tony. Like, we're in a different culture, dude. We're in a culture of social media and easy accessibility to a record, to a producer. Now you can pay $25 or $30, like you said, and get a fucking beat, and, you know, whatever the case, right? You know, I think, you know, definitely I'm the last of my generation of that challenging, like, yo, you're trying to get on radio. Like, radio doesn't mean as much as it used to no more.
Right.
Right now, you can pop off on TikTok or on Instagram and still make a gang of money. You know what I'm saying? And still live and still live right. And I respect the hustle regardless of how it is, because I tell you this, if I had these assets that I have now back then, who knows what my music would have been. Right. But now I'm using the assets that I have now for what I want to do now, which is comedy and film and directing and acting. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, once, you know, and I just, you know, just backtracking, once I had like the record on the radio, I'm fucking doing shows, I'm everywhere. I'm at the fucking House of Blues, I'm opening up for Bone Thugs, Bash, Qualcomm Stadium, San Diego. I'm doing all this crazy shit, bro. I'm like, what? I'm just living the dream. It's coming fast, bro, and I didn't understand it, and I started becoming kind of like, you know, I mean, you're 20 years old, bro. You put in so much work, and I didn't know how to act. I didn't have people around me that were like checking me, like, hey, bro, chill.
Yeah, cálmate, güey.
Chill, dog. And then I met my boy, Full Clip, rest in peace, my boy Roy. He was like a big catalyst in my career, like in my career too. Like he changed a lot, you know. He was like my manager. He became my manager, you know. I started doing stuff with him. I was impatient, so I wanted to do stuff faster than the other company was doing for me. And I was just, again, an impatient artist, you know what I'm saying? Not understanding that you have to build relationships and put out music and be consistent. I wanted it now. I was like, I have a song on the radio. Why the fuck am I not famous, bro? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
But radio wasn't enough. It was like, you have to fucking do the groundwork, bro. Right. You have to do the groundwork and you have to build. And then unfortunately, my best friend, my bro, he passed away in 2008. And that's when I left rap. I was done with it. I was done. I didn't want no more of the industry. I didn't want to be a rapper. I was done with it. Yeah. I was gone, and I left rap.
Okay. Now, at one point, you actually became a radio personality, a DJ on the radio.
Yeah, it was right after that.
Okay, right after that?
Yeah, right after that.
What radio station? Oh, I think you said internet, if I'm correct?
Yeah, so we were part of like the first, I want to say some of the first generation of like essentially like podcasting, radio, internet, right? I had this show called Latin Legacy with my wife, Nikki, her cousin, which is, my cousin-in-law, Burst Rock, and our boy DJ Roman Roxford. We had like a podcast where we interview a bunch of people. My girl was like the publicist, so she would reach out to all these acts and we'll get them on the show, And we were doing really good at LA Talk Live. I could say with the numbers that we had, we were able to build something good.
Awesome.
And then I got the call from like Kool-Aid and E-Dub, from Pocos Pero Locos at the time.
Right.
And they're like, yo, man, like, we want to have dinner with you, man. Like, we've been seeing what you've been doing with the radio show. We just wanted to talk some possibilities and some options. And, you mind if you come have lunch or dinner? And I was like, yeah, man, for sure. So me and my wife went over there and met E-Dub and Kool-Aid. And, next thing you know, we have a radio show, Latin Legacy, with Pocos Pero Locos. It was like a branch off of Pocos Pero Locos.
Awesome.
And it did really good for us. I mean, we were getting 250,000 listeners on any given night. You know what I'm saying? We had, we were getting decent acts and stuff like that. And, around that same time, I started filming. I started my film career.
Okay.
I started getting into the behind the scenes, and I was like, fuck, well, I know all these rappers that I've been interviewing. I'm sure one of these motherfuckers needs a video. You know what I'm saying? So I started providing a service. I was like, well, look, I know all you rappers. Let me start doing videos for these dudes. So because we just got busy doing things, we kind of fade off of the radio show.
Now, did you know how to film, or you just picked it up and said, let's go with it?
I just picked it up, bro. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You kidding me? I remember I got fired. I was doing accounting. I've always had good jobs. I've always been able to con my way into some good jobs.
Hell yeah.
And just super lies on the application.
Of course.
Oh my God. So here I am telling Fallas Paredes that I have an accounting degree. And I get a job at Fallas Paredes right here in Carson, or right here off of the 110, off of their corporate offices as an accounting management. I swear to God. But all I'm doing, right, at this point, like, I'm low-level accounting, so then they have me just crunching, like, like fucking like invoices. Okay, paid. So I'll put the paid here and the non-paid here, and then I would get that and take it to accounting and make sure the invoices get paid. So that's all I was doing. And then I remember I was there for like 2 months, and the dude was the management called me to the office. And he's like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "Man, I like you, bro." And I was like, "Cool, man. I'm enjoying my job." He said, "Thank you, man." I was making like, I don't know, 15, 16 bucks an hour. And the dude's like, "But I'm gonna have to let you go."
The fuck?
And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Bro, it's because you don't seem happy here." He's like, "You got to go do something that's making you happy." He's like, "Bro, you're good at what you do, and it's fast and whatever, and we let you go early sometimes and shit, but so you're just not happy here, bro." So I remember I took that check. It was like $800, and I went to my girl and I was like, "Babe, one thing, I got good news and bad news." I was like, "The good news is that we got money. The bad news is that I got fired, so this is all we got." I was like, "I need to get a camera." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, look, I'll start doing some music videos. I'll see what I can do, and I don't want to have a job no more. I just want to be creative, kind of shit, She was like, "All right, fuck it." Always supportive, like she's always been. And she was like, "Yeah, fuck it, do your thing." So I remember I got a camera, and then I started doing like little documentaries and like for rappers, and nothing ever panned out. And then I raised enough money to get me like a better camera, and I got a T2i. And at this time, I was really hanging with my boy S.A. Daz from Spanish Fly.
Yeah, the boy.
Yeah, and then it means as well. And I remember I told him, I was like, "Hey, Daz, you mind if I shoot a music video for you?" He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, dog." He was like, "Yeah, whatever, right?" And then the second video, I was like, "Hey, Daz," I was like, "Fool, for this one, fool, don't pay me, but do me a favor, buy me a lens." I was like, "I need this 50mm lens that's gonna make your video look 10 times better." He was like, and I was like, "Look, fool, I'll give you videos forever, fool, for the law."
No shit.
I was like, for the low, fool. I made a pact with them. It's been 12 years and I still give that fool videos for the low.
No shit.
So he's like, all right, fuck it. I remember I was like, fool, go on Amazon, type this in, and I need you to buy this shit. So he bought me the lens, bro, and just changed my fucking life.
You guys just filmed the video not too long ago here, right?
Yeah. And that lens right there took my videos to a whole nother level where people were like, your shit looks like that. And I was like, yeah, it's all about the glass. You know?
Now, did you edit your own videos
Not
as
the
well?
glass, guys. Just chill out.
Yeah,
but the lens. You know what I'm saying? So I started shooting videos for everybody. Like I remember I started shooting videos for Enemy, S.A. Daz, and just a bunch of rappers, man, that I already knew from the game.
And now, how long were you been filming just rap videos before you decided to venture out into acting?
10 years.
10 years.
Well, I was acting in between all that.
Okay.
I did my first movie like in 2012. It's called Green Card Warriors, and it's with Richard Carvajal, which he's fucking Golden Globe nominated now.
Yeah.
And he's doing a bunch of cool shit. I believe he's on that, on My Boy Show with Emilio Rivera.
Right.
So like all those guys are like doing big shit now, like in acting. Like they kept following the acting. I kept doing acting. I remember I got like a big commercial in Arizona. It's called the Arizona Lottery commercial. It's for Casa Millones. So I was like in all the all the Circle K's. They had my face and shit right there. And that was my first big campaign. I was like the face of Arizona Lottery for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
But nobody believed me, motherfucker, because I was over here and I would tell people like, yeah, but it's in Arizona. And they're like, oh, come on, stop lying, dog. I was like, seriously, fool, I'm everywhere right now. I'm in all the fucking billboards. They're like, stop lying, bro. I'm not gonna go to Phoenix just to go check that shit, So that was bad. So nobody ever believed me about that.
Okay, okay, you're filming now.
Yeah.
What made you say, fuck it, let me try acting?
I've always wanted to do it. I remember when I was like 10 or 11, I told my mom, I was like, I want to be a fucking actor. And I remember we were at the mall and there was this company called John Robert Powers Talent Agency. And they stopped my mom and they're like, your son, he has it. And I was like, huh? I have braces, pinche melena. And I was like, yeah, I have it, Mom. I want to be an actor. Fool, they were just trying to get my mom's pockets.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So I remember like we took a meeting and shit because they were like just telling my mom like, yeah, that kid has it. I have fucking braces, buck teeth, all fail and shit. And yeah, they tried to get my mom for like $1,800. I'm like, no, tan pendejos. ¿De dónde? ¿1,800 para unas fotos? No, mijo, vete a actuar mejor ahí en la casa porque no hay dinero para eso. And yeah, that's about as far as my acting career went at that time,
Man, what I love about your story is that you went after what you wanted to do, man. And most people, sad to say, not all, but most people don't have the fucking balls to like, fuck it, let me just try it.
It's a struggle, dog. Like, I mean, I've been married for 10 years now, and I've been, fortunately for me, my wife has been very supportive. But we've seen hard times, bro. Not too long ago, it's like we didn't know where the next dollar was coming from because here I am still trying to live a dream,
Right.
And it's like at times you kind of feel like, pues ya, güey, ya ponte las pilas, agarrate un pinche trabajito, güey, ponte bien, dinero segurito. You got insurance, cabrón. ¿Qué más quieres, güey? Ya ponte en paz, güey. You know what I'm saying? And those are the conversations that you hear, like tíos. ¿Y qué sigues haciendo? No, estoy rapeando, estoy puro yo. And I was like, no, tío, ya no.
Ya no,
tío.
Ya estuvo.
Yeah. Shout out to my tío friend, But yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like, it's all about sacrificing for what the fuck you want,
You know what I like what you just recently did? You posted it, apa, ¿ya agarraste del cheque?
Yeah.
That shit was good. I like that shit.
Man.
And you put, what do you caption? El chequecito.
El chequecito, ¿dónde está el chequecito,
Or the one where you're in the bathroom, remember?
Yeah.
That one,
yeah.
agarrate el cheque. And he goes, no, mijo.
Yeah,
¿Cómo que el
like,
pinche cheque? That shit was fucking hilarious right there, bro.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. We're going to come right back. I want to talk about a little bit more about your acting. What are you doing now? And what can people expect for you 2021?
Ooh.
I know you're directing a movie, and we got to let them know.
Oh, yeah.
So
let's go.
And your Instagram has been popping up, so you guys make sure you guys follow him. So make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap shit out of somebody, let them know that Concrete's in the motherfucking building. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Go warm up that top ramen, get yourself a Modelo, and come right back. Don't fuck around.
Go. You got one, G?
and we heard about this young kid from the Harbor area named Tony A. And he was a DJ, you know what I'm saying? He was going in with the big stars, you know what I'm saying? And he was like one of us going in and infiltrating inside of all these MCs, you know what I'm saying?
A Roadium mixtape is just mixed of different types of music, no matter what genre it is. And like I said, it's like making your own musical movie.
When La Raza came out, man, even the amount of sales of the single of La Raza that got moved out of the Roadium was crazy, bro. And that song just got played and was played in all the stands over there. And I was blessed to go back one time even to see it, and I want to say in 91 or 92.
Although they were not black, they were Oriental, Asian, whatever you want to call them, they were cool. And they embraced everybody, blacks, Latinos, whoever came to the swap meet to want to buy music, they were record people.
A Roadium mixtape to me was something that was made just for the Roadium. You wouldn't hear it anywhere else. And they would do raps on those tapes that were nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? And they were truly the first mixtapes that we ever heard, you know? And they would shout the Roadium out, and you could kind of tell it was like someone's garage, maybe. The little echo, you know what I mean? It wasn't completely perfect and polished yet, but that was the beauty of it, that it was so raw that we could feel that shit. And I would just play them shits and draw. That was my inspiration, my motivation to draw. So I always had to have some type of music, you know? If it wasn't the Dynamic Superiors or the Temporis or some funk playing, it was, you know, second to none. It was quick. It was the Penthouse Players, you know, High C. And Tony G was at that time was like a god too. You know what I'm saying? He was out there DJing Latin freestyle parties, and all the girls had their hairspray like a lion and shit, and hickeys on their neck, and man, pushing strollers, and we'd be like, ooh, look at, you know, these parties at La Casa and shit, you know what I'm saying, in downtown, and mini trucks and beds were folding in the air like transformers and shit in the boulevard, coming up and changing and flipping, and subwoofers beating before the person even hit the corner. You get goosebumps, like, damn. And Elko would bend the corner on Dayton's, and you were like, ooh, that fool's strapped right there. That fool's gotta be strapped. Motherfucker had candy ribbons, little Willie ribbons from Compton on the side of his shit. Jerry curl dripping all over his shit. Bent over to the side, bumping that fucking Roadium shit. And he had a tape that only came from right there. And if you didn't know about that place, or you didn't live in that area, you didn't have that shit. So that's kind of one up that the Harbor area had on a lot of other people. Compton was next door, but that Harbor area was ended in Gardena. You know what I'm saying? So, man, those were great times, man.
A Roadium mixtape is like a kilo of cocaine. It's like a kilo of Amigo powder. You get that shit, you cut that motherfucker open, and you put it in your motherfucking CD player, and you start listening, and you be like, that's dope, shit, this is dope. How you do that? But really, a Roadium mixtape, bro, if you haven't experienced it and you was in hip hop back then, I don't know what the hell you was doing. You done fucked up. A Roadium mixtape is like, it's a kilo of cocaine. Music wise, I'm saying, motherfucker.
Man, that's a little tough, but I'll tell you what, it was the best thing ever for me, man. It was just kind of like something you never heard about. And especially West Coast was not getting that shine at the time, you know? So you would go to this place and they would make a custom tape, like, you know? And not knowing what it was just the sound that came out of those tapes that, if I'm correct, you'd have to, like, I would be feeling for those things if it was monthly, if not sometimes bi-monthly, but a tape, it was just a mixture of the latest songs all mixed together. But the intro had like this crazy mix that I at the time I believe that it was like 4 turntables at the same time, but I was like, how the hell are they doing this? Like, was it Superman behind the turntables or something like that? But a mixtape was a real mixtape. It was actually a cassette too, you know, just for the record.
Wheels, and I'm about to cold tear shit up. AOT, you got a level? Speed, Hit record, man.
Get busy with Easy and Tony A on the 12 techniques. See?
Here's a little something about a nigga like me. They never should have 55 cents from me. Yo, you made that shit. You don't like
I rock shit at the Roadium. Let's do 1, 2, 1, 2. Right about now, you need the motherfucking
drop that baby.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 123. And in the motherfucking building, I got Concrete. Come on down.
En el pinche edificio, güey. Estamos en el edificio.
¿A poco? So, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I got some Patron right here.
Órale.
Okay. So, I'm going to pour it, and I want you to see so you don't think I tried some funny stuff.
All right.
Okay, so.
All right.
Here we go. I'm going to pour mine too. Right here, same bottle, so you don't think I try some funny stuff. So here we go. And I'm going to, so here's what I do to a long and prosperous life. And I'm going to sip mine first, so you don't think I did some funny stuff.
To 2021, everybody, cheers, man. Good luck with everything. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Go on, get it. Okay.
Very good.
Then I chase it down. Yeah. Ay.
Bam. That's gas.
Remember Mr. Furley? I think Mr. Furley from Three's Company, he would
sick ass heartburn.
He would fucking take a drink or something. He would like smooth.
No, no liquor is smooth, my G.
No liquor.
Let me tell you that right now.
Hey, were you a fan of Three's Company?
It was after my time, dog.
Okay.
It was after my time, dog. I remember like Charles in Charge.
Right.
That was like the last of like the 80s shit that I remember like that, you know?
I know. It's because I'm an old fool from the old school.
Come on, perrito.
Your favorite comedy sitcom?
My favorite comedy sitcom?
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean, shit. You know, I mean, that's hard. I mean, I think it's between two. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you why. One of them is because it correlated to me as a person, as who I am, a Chicano, Mexican American kid, and it was definitely the Lopez show, the George Lopez show.
Yes.
That to me was like, because I remember seeing like, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all that shit, and like, it wasn't my culture. I loved it, and I loved fucking Will Smith, but it was never like, I never resonated. It wasn't until I saw that, and I was like, yo, that's dope. Like,
right.
It's the Chicano family on television, and not only that, but George Lopez comes from the same blocks that I do.
Yeah.
It's in San Fernando, you know what I'm saying? So that to me was like, okay, cool. Like, it's fucking possible.
Yes.
It's possible. We can make it. We can Yes, if another guy from the city fucking made it, then we can do it.
Yeah.
Ya se pudo. No es si se puede. Es ya se pudo.
Ya se pudo.
And
ya
that's,
se hizo.
Ya se hizo, ya se armó. And that's the way that I see it. I was like, damn, that's fucking huge. And then here comes Dave Chappelle fucking me up. And I'm like, oh my God, this shit is so good. This shit is out of here. And again, to me, like I just love comedy. Doggy, like la neta way. Like comedy to me is second to none. I always tell people, you want to get to somebody's heart, you either feed them or you make them laugh.
Or do both.
And if you could do both, then they're your friend forever.
I think growing up, mine was like, of course, probably number one, Sanford and Son, What's Happening, Good Times, and then Three's Company. But I probably have to say my favorite was Three's Company, because here you have Jack Tripper living with two females.
Yeah, if you're talking about like just like in general, like even when I was a kid,
Right.
it would have to be, dog, like Family Matters, with Steve Urkel, it was Saved by the Bell, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin was like, Martin did something to me. I remember when I was 8 years old and I wanted to play that little character that comes up to his door. It's a little snot
With the
nosed
little
kid.
mocoso.
And I remember, and my dad has a video. My papi has a video where I was like, Dad, here, hold the camera. And I came to the door and I was in the fucking shoes and I was like, yeah, little ugly ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Feo, güey. Estaba bien feo, güey.
How did you do it again?
Dog, never. Dog, just imagine with 2 buck teeth. And I remember I was able to put my pencil in between both of my tooth.
No shit.
Yeah, until they sent me to Mexico. They were like, you're going to go get braces. Porque aquí están bien caros.
Yeah.
So they sent my ass to Tepic, Nayarit. And there I am, a little 10-year-old kid with buck tooth. I see that way, big ass gap. And I remember El Doctor Tori, which is my dad's friend, childhood friend, El Doctor Tori, he put just 2 braces with a liga. Just a fucking rubber band. He's like, by the time you come back, these motherfuckers gonna be together, sure enough. But now I just had 2 big ass teeth like that. And it was just like, it was all bad, dog. No me compuse until I was like 14, 15, fool.
No shit.
Yeah, that's when I started like, I started coming into like.
Okay, now let me ask you, being a DJ, rapper.
Yeah.
¿Tuviste pegue con las mujeres? Like, did you have like drag with the women?
Not as much as you think. Cause I was. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. You know what I'm saying? Yes, because you gotta think about it. Like, I was classified as a chunti kid.
Okay.
In like elementary and like junior high. So when I got to high school, even though I got the looks that I have now. These right here, you see that shit? Can you guys zoom in? No, okay, no zooming in.
Yeah.
Okay. Once I had these looks, the girls that I wanted, they already knew like I was a chunti kid that just happened to look better now. So I really never got the girls in high school.
You know what I was?
It wasn't. I would get the girls outside of school. School was like whatever to me. I was more like, I'm gonna go DJ at this party and I'll have all the highness. I have all the baby girls. Tú sabes.
Okay, since you were called chunti.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody in the comments one day called me a wannabe chunti. What is a wannabe chunti?
I don't know. How do you? No, I don't think nobody wants to be a chunti. I think it just comes with the nature of who you are. And I was hella chunti fool. Like I remember Fat Farm was fucking huge, bro. And I was like, I gotta get me a fucking Fat Farm sweater.
Yeah.
And I remember I got my first Fat Farm sweater, but it didn't say Fat Farm. It was an F and the B, and it looked like it was a P, but it wasn't.
So it was a bootleg.
It was hella bootleg.
Hell yeah.
It was literally a Fat Farm, F-A-T. And I never knew why people laughed at me, because I literally thought it was a real Fat Farm, my G. I really thought it was a real Fat Farm. And that was my first taste of like supposedly me having designer clothes.
Well, my first one, because I'm a swamp meat baby, okay?
Me too, yeah.
So,
fool, I'm a fucking yard sale baby, G.
There you go.
But we used to go to Simi Valley and go to yard sales because it was where the white people lived. So their shit was in better condition, perro. Like their shit was used, but it wasn't fucked up used. You know what I'm saying? Like, because us Mexicans, we go on those shoes hasta que se te sacan los pinches dedos, güey.
Yeah, and so that's just start speaking German. Hey, did you ever have those shoes that motherfuckers speak German like they're fucking like?
Yeah, fool. I used to think that by wearing Sonic the Hedgehog shoes, I used to be able to run faster, perro.
You probably did.
I probably did, fool. I was fast on the court, my G.
Nah.
Anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off. Your next question. Shout out Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, I thought my first designer sweater.
Yeah.
I told my mom I wanted an Adidas sweater.
Oh my God.
So she went to the Swami and she bought me one.
Oh.
But I didn't know why everybody kept saying Adidas.
You were missing the D.
Yes.
You had 2 A's. Fool.
Yes.
I had one too, perro. With the 4 lines. It was a 4 line instead of the 3.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a little line, 2 medium lines, and then a really big line. People were like, what the fuck is that?
Exactly. My first polo shirt had 2 men on the horse.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. I still sported it.
Oh, I fucking loved it because I really thought I looked good. I thought I was fucking flexing, fool. I don't think it was flexing back then. I think back then you looked tight, fool.
Right.
Back then, hey, fool, that looks tight.
That looks fresh.
Yeah, that looks fresh. Oh, see, that's your era, Tony.
Right.
I'm sorry,
I'm old
fool.
school.
You're from the fucking.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, hurrah! That's you, right? that was from the fucking boogaloo shrimp and shit, you know? 1 to the 2. Yeah.
It's like Planet Rock, my favorite part. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Yeah, see, I heard that shit with Snoop, perro. I didn't even know. I didn't even know Snoop was sampling shit, dog.
For reals?
No, motherfucker, I had never heard any of this fucking song. I thought P. Diddy was legit. Like, I thought he was an original music producer. Let alone find out later, I'm like, what the fuck? He remade Candy. He remade Juicy. Fucking
everything.
Everything was a remake. I was like, fuck. And then I started remixing shit. Fool.
Hell yeah, why not? If you can't beat them, join them.
Hello.
I'm gonna take another little sip. Hold on one
Dale,
second.
güey. I'm sorry, fool. I'm getting loose as a goose up in this.
All good. Let's keep it pushing.
I like your dude. What's up with the stripper in the back? We got to throw some money on that.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody actually gave me that. Some of these stuff was given to me. Like my boy Bobby gave me the Scarface. My brother gave me the Atom Bomb. Some of the stuff I bought in Florida.
I'm gonna have to make a little Tepic one, huh, fool? Like a little Tepic character and shit. Shout out to Tepic. I think my favorite one out of the whole thing is this dude right here.
Yeah, that was given to me by Omar Cruz.
I love Omar Cruz. That's one of my good dudes right there.
And then, of course, the Yoda. I still have my 1980s Compton Indoor gold chain wannabe. Yeah.
Hey, dog. Why didn't you ever tell High Steve what the fuck was going on with that Jerry curl, my G? I just saw the fucking poster out there. Fool. What the fuck?
That shit was juicy.
That shit was wet. Wet. Like my mouth like wet. Did you have a curl? Did you ever like envy it? You're like, fuck, I want to have a curl too. You should have had like a fucking, like one of those grupero mullets, fool. Nah.
No, I didn't.
Nah, imagine Tony A with a fucking little wet ass curl.
Yeah, you never know. We might do a little skit together.
Come on, perro. Say it again.
I'm fucking down, bro.
I know.
Yeah, and I'll sing that song from Coming to America. I believe the children are our future.
Hello.
Treat them well and let them lead. No, I never stop.
I remember that song. I'm not that young.
Hey, but you know what? They're actually coming out with part 2 to Coming to America, and I'm excited about that.
I saw it. It looks fucking.
I don't know
amazing.
if you want another one, brother.
And
okay, here we go.
In front of the live audience, my G.
In front of the live audience, live studio.
I think I'm gonna punk out in front of the live audience. I just put my hat back for the game just changed.
Hell yeah,
the game just changed. I'm gonna be honest. I had a really bad hangover on my birthday. My birthday's December 22nd. It just passed.
No shit. Okay, tell us about it.
So, you know, ODM comes. You know, Robert's a real good friend of mine, and he comes over. And my boy from Justin A.V. Chevy. Shout out to A.V. Chevy gang. My boy Miggy comes over. You know, we got family and friends. My boy, you know, my cousin P. My boy Gerald L2R, which is my artist, man, under R2S Music. Hello, Blue. And you know, also you know, my people from Project Hope were there.
Okay.
Hyman, his lovely wife, Roberta Birdie. Shout out to them. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But so they come over, and you know, people bring me a few bottles and shit, and I'm like, what are they fucking? You know, I think my boy Vincent from Kids Embrace, he brought over, he brought me a bottle of Patron like that, and then I think ODM brought me like a 1942, and I'm like, I think it's the right thing to do when somebody brings you bottles that you crack it open with them.
Of course.
Right, so there I go, being a fucking cowboy that I'm not. And I start taking shots with the whole fucking crowd. He's like, hey, if you're talking shit here, take a shot. And it started becoming a competition, though.
Oh, shit.
So within 3 hours, we took down the whole Patron bottle and the 1942, and then we took down some other shit my mom had right there that was like hella no-name brand. Like, it was the one used for the margaritas, pero.
Right.
Like, top shelf, the total opposite food. It doesn't even have a shelf.
Like the kind you will pour on your ankle if you sprained it.
Yeah, food like on some rubbing shit, right? So we start drinking that shit, dog. And by the end of the night, fool, my cousin showing me these kicks that he got me these sick-ass J's, one of a kind. I'm like, yeah, fool, those are sick. I'm gonna fucking wear these. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, I got home, I was holding the J's, and the next morning, I was supposed to go Christmas shopping before I couldn't even get off of bed. I was...
Fuck.
Can I be frank with you?
Yes, sir.
I was shitting, squirts, and throwing up at the same time, my G.
You had the Hershey squirts?
Full. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you guys, right? Because is this about keeping it 1,000? Can I hear hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it was bad, fool.
No shit.
Fool, I lost 7 pounds. 7. You guys want to lose weight, fool? Get fucked up and get those squirts the next day, perrito. I saw the 7 pounds like that. Anyway, so that's why I'm looking at this liquor right now, G, and I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna have to hit Jack for those 2 tacos right after this. So to soak up all that up.
All good, brother.
Anyways, man, sorry, I don't mean to derail your interview, doggy. Did you want to ask me something else?
No, man.
This is my interview, Tony.
Take it, brother. Take it. I love it. Hell yeah. They're still watching anyway. So.
Let's go.
So, okay. So now, the Hershey squirts.
Fool, it
Damn.
was bad, Perrito.
You thought you were melting.
It was
huh?
more like Carlos Quinto's course, because I'm Mexican. I remember my dad. I used to want I fucking love Snickers bars, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember I used to go into the liquor store and I'm like, well, what do you want? ¿Qué quieres? Agarra lo que quieras. It's like, fuck yeah. Hot Cheetos, and I would go for the Snickers bar. No. Papitas o algo más. Porque el Snickers bar está muy caro. It was like $1. That was a lot of money.
Right.
You know when you're making $6.75 an hour or whatever the case, you know?
Right.
That's a lot of fucking money. So my dad would be like, agárrate este, Carlos Quinto, tan más buenos.
Carlos Quinto.
Horrible chocolates.
It is. I don't like it.
It's a horrible chocolate, bro. But that's what I grew up on. I grew up on Hot Cheetos and Carlos Quintos. And mazapanes, güey.
Mazapanes are good. Of course, you try to open it without breaking that motherfucker.
That's what I do, because I don't break hearts.
Nah, I mean.
I don't break mazapanes and I won't break your heart, baby girl. Can you guys zoom in? No, you guys can't? Okay.
You know what I was a big fan of? Chiladitos.
Oh, yeah. So those were hard, my G. You kidding me? You kidding me?
Bro.
Shout out to El Saltarín on motherfucking Cali shirt for making the hardest raspados in the world. Oh, zoom in. Oh, that's right. What's up? I see it. This shit is going off the rails, my G. Keep going. Don't let me take the mic. It'll be fucking over with.
Valentin or Tapatio?
What? Damn, that's a hard. It's because it depends on the food you're
Exactly.
eating. It depends on the food you're eating, my G.
Okay, for me, if I'm having Doritos, it's got to be
Can
Valentin.
I be honest with you?
Yes.
Before Tapatio and Valentin fue una pinche salsa molcajete, güey.
Yeah,
the ones
yeah.
that you
Of course.
you grill the tomates and you grill the onions, you know, with the chile and shit, and you fucking smash them in the fucking rocks.
Right.
It's called salsa on the rocks.
Salsa on the, that's a fucking dope ass name.
I don't call it molcajete. I call it salsa on the rocks.
I'm biting that shit. So
The peak.
if I come up with that, you can't say Tony bit my shit.
Motherfucker, I just said it, Tony. How you gonna take my shit in front of me? We're live, motherfucker. You know that,
We're
right?
gonna
We can
edit
rewind
this
this
shit.
shit.
We're gonna edit it. Don't
It's
worry about
live,
it.
motherfucker.
We're good, homie.
You can't steal my shit in front of people, dog.
Zun, 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 zun. Zun, zun.
Rah. Don't start pop locking, fool. Don't start showing. Cause you're fucking locking. You're popping and lock, motherfucker. You old.
I know.
You're fucking stay locked, my G. Like a motherfucking child's lock on the truck. Salsa on the rocks, aka salsa molcajete.
Hell yeah. Answer my question.
Yeah, what's up?
Valentin or Tapatio?
Okay, so first of all, let me tell you, I'm gonna go with Tapatio.
Okay.
But once I found out that shit was made like in fucking like Cudahy food or some shit, like I was like, wait, this ain't actually from Guadalajara?
Exactly.
It's American? I was like, what are they? I've been got, fool.
It's like New York City.
Yeah, fool, I got, you know? So now it's salsa with cholwe.
Okay. Are you a mariscos guy?
Fuck yeah, I'm from Nayarit, fool. That big Nayarit. We're a coastal state from where my parents are originally from. It's a coastal state, so all they eat is mariscos.
Fuck. I'm a huge fan of aguachiles, fucking
Yeah, that's what we eat, yeah.
campechanas, ostiones.
That's the norm, like in Nayarit. Like whenever you want to go to a restaurant in Nayarit, you go to, more than likely it's gonna be a marisco spot. Shout out to Ceviches in Silmar. That's in San Fernando. That's my cousin's restaurant. You know, my cousin Gotti and his dad Chess, and my cousin Kimberly and my tia Ceci. They have a restaurant right there.
Do you know
I
what
don't
guy?
mean to drop that shamelessly.
All good, homie. There's a guy named El Jefe Mariscos.
I know who he is.
Oh,
I hosted the Ceviche Rumble.
Fuck, bro. His shit is
Yeah.
fucking off the hook, bro.
Yeah, I know. I mean, every motherfucker there had good ceviche, bro.
Yeah. So next time you come, because I'm hoping you come back.
Yeah.
I'll have
Just
some
invite me, fool. I'm here.
mariscos.
Yeah.
Mariscos. And we'll fucking grow up live.
Yeah, fool, we'll judge people's shit.
Exactly.
Because I know they'll bring it for free. Courtesy of Concrete. I'm just kidding, bro.
Okay, let me go ahead and take another little sip.
Take your
Because
shot.
it's getting better.
Come on, take your shot, G. Man, G, come on.
Okay. You were in one movie. What was the second movie you were in?
That was it, Tony. I don't know. Tony, I don't know what else to tell you. Well, I was only in one movie, my G.
Okay, but once
no. I was in this movie called Hero's Dream. Okay. You know, directed by Sal Tortino. I'm not sure if it ever came out. You know, because projects sometimes when you do movies or, you know, when you do stuff like that. I was in a movie. I had two characters. I was a photographer and some random fucking guy in the background in this movie called Philly Brown.
Right.
Which was, you know, Jane Rivera's acting debut, and that was her last movie as well.
Okay.
You know, I mean, everybody was in it. Emilio Rivera was in there, Lou Diamond Phillips. It was Gina Rodriguez's like big film break after now she has like TV shows on fucking the CW or whatever. And so that was like I got a little taste of it, you know. But the first time I was ever in a big movie was that one, was Green Card Warriors. You could watch it on HBO right now. So and I play a gangster, which is like I always wanted to be one. You know what I'm saying?
As far as back as you could remember.
Yeah. I remember asking Richard. You know, Richard's fucking legitimate. Like that fool's legit as they come. You know. And I was like, hey, Richard, like, am I good, fool? He's like, nah, you're good, fool. I was like, all right, because I want to look menacing.
Right.
Because I don't really have a menacing face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how there's dudes that just like they just have a menacing face, and you're like, okay, that fool's about the shit. Like he's about to bit his
like they were born con una cara de cholo.
Yeah, so I had to go bald, and they had to put tats on me to even look a little bit like somebody could be afraid of me. Because it didn't work out. But I mean, it was fun. I mean, I got to play a really cool character, and you know, I was just like, I was Richard Cabral's right hand man in the movie. You know?
Okay.
So it was cool, man.
So now, let's fast forward. Fast and Furious 7.
I was like in the background. What do you mean? I'm not really in the movie. But you know what's funny is that out of all the movies, they're like, you're in that movie, huh? I was watching it right now. Like they'll DM me like in fucking 12 at night. They're like, yo, I was watching fucking Fast and Furious 7. You're in the background. And I was like, how do you know it was me? It's like, well, you're wearing a fucking hat that says concrete. You know what I'm saying? Like, shameless plug, fool. I was like, nobody's gonna know me, right? And I'm right behind fucking Vin Diesel. And I'm like, fuck, that's Vin Diesel right there. Don't fucking say anything, right? And then I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. And he walks up and he turns. I was like, Vin, can I take a picture with you? He was like, in a second. I was like, fuck, in front of everybody, fool, 300 people behind me. I was so embarrassed. And Noel turns around, he's like, fool, not now. Because Noel G's a really good friend of mine. Right. I shot his first documentary. I've been knowing him for like 10 fucking years. You know?
Shit. Noel G.
Noel G, yeah. I've been knowing him for years. Like
dope guy.
Fucking,
I interviewed him here. Yeah. Much love to Noel G.
Yeah, no, I mean, really good guy. Like I shot his first documentary. That was my first time ever me traveling with places with him. And so yeah, dude, that was my first time like on a big fucking set. I was like, man, 300 people, bro. Like this was fucking dope, you know? But nonetheless, I'm in a really iconic film, and I'm in the background. You can see my face from right there, looking hella confused too. I was like, because I was so like, I was fanning out because it was Vin Diesel. It was, I think it was Michelle Rodriguez, right? I think it was her. There was no LG, so I'm fanning out, and like, I'm more watching this shit like a movie instead of being a background. I'm supposed to look menacing and shit, and I'm over there like really watching like the movie as it's going down. I was like, oh look, oh shit, that's fucking her, and that's him, Vin. I can't believe it. I'm actually here, and you could tell from him. But so it's really bad acting.
Hey, but you were in it.
I'm in that bitch. I'm in that motherfucker.
Who has more movies, Jason or Fast and the Furious?
Fast and the Furious? You kidding me? What do you mean? They're fucking going to like the moon, Tony.
No.
Like literally, they're doing the Fast and the Furious like in space.
Okay, because Jason has a space movie too.
Yeah, he beat him to the punch.
Yeah, he did. So I was just wondering who had more.
He was ahead of the game.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I've never been a Fast and the Furious type of guy. As a matter of fact, if they make another Fast movie, I'll be furious.
Okay. Oh, boom. You gotta add that. So I got I got that though.
No,
low key.
But my boy right here, he loves Fast and the Furious.
Dude, I mean, Fast and the Furious was like a cultural changing movie and shit, and the fact that my boy Noel was be able to part of that, like that's amazing, bro.
That is dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have a lot of actors in the industry,
Right.
And now it's like a lot of dudes that I looked up to are starting to really, but obviously we have the Danny Trejos, which is a good friend of mine. We have Emilio, like he's up in, like he's like the next fucking leading man, like he's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Emilio Rivera, like those are guys that I look up to, and I'm just like, okay, wait, si se puede, wait, like
no, ya se pudo.
We can, si se pudo. And you know what? Like I was funny because I don't really like that saying, to be honest. And I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I don't like that si se puede shit. Like si se puede comes from like a point of like, you're already kind of defeated. Let's see, a ver si se puede. Right. And we need to change that. We need to change that mindset as Chicanos and as Mexicanos or whatever you want to call us. Change that mindset. Si se puede y si se va a poder, güey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't want to go off track, but man.
And you know what? That's why this platform was created for that. For that, to shine light on Raza, bro.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's just giving people a platform. Is just, like like, I don't know who I'm able to help, you know, but if I'm able to at least tell my story and be like, yo, this is where I came from, and maybe there's a 16-year-old kid that's watching right now that's 15 that doesn't know his way out, and maybe he'd be like, maybe he'll take a chance on being productive, and that's all I'm trying to do, you know?
Okay. Dope, most definitely. You know, and I usually try to preach a positive message here, you know, is that, once again, like I said earlier, if you're going to dream, dream big, okay? And if we can help you here at Roadium Radio to achieve that, then that's all we want to do. My ultimate goal is this, that if we can help you go to the next level, all I ask is not for money, is this. Help the next person. You know, you walk through that door, open the door for somebody else.
Yeah, and you know, like, and I think that's like, that's, you know, like, that's always crazy, because I think the vibe is always like crabs in the pot, right? Like, everybody want to be the main motherfucker, right? And one of my main things is like, look, you just got to remember, bro, like, you don't have to pass the torch to light my torch, bro. All you have to do is just go like this. Yours is lit. Go ahead, bro, do your thing. You don't have to give me your fucking torch.
Right.
Light mine, dog. And that's how I try to live my life, and that's what I try to do with people. Is I don't have to give them my torch. They don't have to give me. Let's just light each other up, bro.
Right.
And we all gonna eat, bro. You know. And I think at the end of the day, like, it's all about everything that I learned in the music industry is what I'm trying to teach my artists now. You know, shout outs to Blue, shout outs to Cali Roscoe, shout outs to my boy Altuar. You know, he's been with me for 2-3 years now. And I'm just trying to instill this, like, yo, it's all about patience, productivity, consistency, and shit will pan out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just got to keep chipping away, bro. I mean, anything else, you know, not everybody's going to be a one guy that makes a fucking hit overnight.
Yeah.
That's it. It's possible, right? It's possible for you to come up with a hit that's just so fucking incredible. You have the right beat, the right verses, the right hooks, and it just hits. But for the rest of us, bro, we have to really work at it. And if you just keep chipping away, dog, you'll see that diamond at the end of the tunnel.
Awesome. That's a powerful message, man. And once again, all we're here to do is just open the door and help people go to that next level. That's all I want to do. Mm-hmm. That's all I want to do. I don't ask for anything from anyone. Just open the door for the next person.
Yeah.
You know, because look at, I'm an older guy. I have more years behind me than I have in front of me. So from here on out, all I want to do is just help people. I believe that I have been blessed to be a blessing, and that's all I want to do. It's just bless others with an opportunity. We have a voice, let's use it. We have a platform, let's use it.
Yeah.
And let's go from there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
now, let's talk about
stuff. You want to talk about
your film stuff.
Yeah.
What are you working on right now? What can people expect from Concrete 2021?
Man, I mean, you know what they can expect. I mean, I'm working on some stuff. I'm working closely with, my people, my people, my family at Falcon Pictures. We've been working on this project called Ghetto Busters for like the last year and a half now. Shout out to my whole Falcon Films family. Shout out to the whole Ghetto Busters family. We've been working on that heavily. We're shooting our 5th episode this week. We're trying to knock out 6 episodes.
Also, it's like a series.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've been creating this series called Ghetto Busters. It's just, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's really funny. It's a comedic, take on Ghostbusters. It's kind of like a spoof on that. It's kind of like a spoof parody kind of situation. That's been fun. I've been able to work with, the director, Freddie and Danny and everybody that's kind of, just been writing stuff, and I just kind of bring it to life with my own character, and I play the character of Jalapeno. And we're just some ghetto busters, man, coming from the wrong side of town, trying to make things happen, but somehow shit doesn't pan out, I'm working on another film. I just got my first big directorial debut, and it's for a movie called Faction of a Hitman, and that's with Mafia Productions. Freddie Falcon wrote the film as well. Danny was involved. And
what is that about?
And that one's about the Bonanno crime family.
Okay.
So it's a mafia movie based in the 70s, and that movie is it's starring George Lopez. It's starring George Lopez, Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke, Tara Reid, Lilo Brancato from Bronx Tale. And that's like my first big movie, man. That's my first like directorial debut. I'm also DP in the movie. I'm the cinematographer, and I've been working on that closely. With me and my boys. From Falcon Pictures, and it's just been, it's been fun, man. We've been shooting for that for like the last month. We shot for 3 weeks, I believe.
Now shooting a movie, How long does it usually take to film a movie?
It just depends on how many pages you have. It depends on how long is your script.
Okay.
And how detailed your script is and where you got to go in locations. But we've been working at it. We have about, I want to say 10 to 12 scenes done, but because of COVID, we've had to stop it and go and stop and go. So,
I know.
So it's been kind of tough.
We're filming the Chicano rap documentary, and we're maybe about a third, possibly about a third's way. But we've stopped because of fucking COVID. COVID is like the fucking number one cock blocker right now, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucked up a lot of things. So people keep asking me, when is the Chicano rap documentary coming out? Look, I'm hoping for late 2021. I was hoping sooner, but a lot of people don't want to come out for interviews because of that.
Yeah.
So
and then I'm working on a project with Rancho Humilde, Jimmy Humilde.
Oh yeah.
I'm working on a huge project with them. I can't really talk about it. There's an NDA, but that's a huge project.
He's another guy. I have to say this, that if you can somehow connect me with him, a lot of people request him here.
Yeah, no, he's dope, man. He's dope. I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, he's all about his business, and he's definitely putting on for the culture. And I just happened to be on his radar. He called me out, and he said, "Hey, man, let's work on this project." And I said, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
Okay.
And then I'm also working on another project with my boy Jay Valentino, Ryan, and our boy Bobby D from Bobby D Presents.
Oh, Bobby D, I had him here.
Yeah, he called me out for a project. So we're working on a project together with me and Jay Valentino and the whole team, and trying to bring something special. So I'm working on a few things this year.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
That I'm just working on, man. But
now let me ask you this real quick. How much are they paying you?
How much are they paying me? What are you?
No, hold on.
Damn, goddamn, motherfucker! Like we're on the first date, motherfucker. Like you don't even know my last name.
No, hold on.
What do you mean? How much are they paying me? I don't know.
No, how much are they paying you to babysit that shot? That's what I'm asking.
Órale, fuck. Well, if it's like that, fool. Okay. You call me out like that, perro? I mean, I'm gonna lie to you, dog. I'm not really. Oh my god. I'm not really a drinker, dog.
Nah,
I'm not really. Whoever meant to liquor, your mama's a hoe.
Your mama's a hoe.
Nah, but damn, dude, I don't really sit. But yeah, dude. So that's what I'm working on right now, and I'm also working with an organization called Project Hope. Project Hope.
Oh, Hope. Okay.
Yeah. Project Hope, and that's with Jaime and Birdie, man. Shout out to the whole Project Hope family, man. I've been blessed enough to be able to work with them on a lot of the stuff that they've been doing in the last year, like maybe year and a half. What they do is that they feed hundreds and thousands of families every year. What they do giveaways because of the whole COVID situation. They've been doing grab and go, so they feed thousands of families. And I just been able to just volunteer with them and go out. And recently we did the toy drive and we did the toy giveaway and all that stuff. And I just been blessed enough to be able to work with that organization. Shout out to Project Hope, man. I love you guys. And yeah, man, they've been definitely putting on for the city and giving back.
That's awesome. I'm gonna share something. Bobby D Presents called me like right before the new year, and it really meant a lot to me because this is the guy that's pretty much the #1 promoter nationwide. And he called me and we were talking 5 minutes tops, and he just told me, anything you need, Tony A, I got your back 1000%. I'm working on some stuff. We'll be talking soon and we'll go from there. Even if nothing pans out, you know what? That phone call meant a lot to me. So, cause that was a busy guy, bro. He's dealing with, multi-millionaire people.
Yeah.
So much love, much respect to Bobby D.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Bobby D Presents, man.
So, but now, other than that, is there anything other than the movies that you're doing that you say, me, Concrete, I want to do this. Is there anything on the bucket list that maybe you want to accomplish before you call it a wrap and you retire? Or like me, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
My ultimate goal, I want to do a horror movie, bro.
Okay.
I want to do a horror movie.
You know what it's always been, Tony, for me is that and my cousin's a witness to it. He's here. He's always been like, man, you accomplished something and you don't even celebrate that accomplishment. Like I kind of tend to move fast. Like I don't really sit back and look at my accomplishment, right? Like I just
keep it pushing.
I did that, and then that was yesterday, right? The way I see this is try driving a car, Tony, straight forward, and then looking at your rearview mirror. You're probably gonna crash because you're not keeping your eyes focused on the next goal.
Right.
And that's how I see life. And that's how I see my career. It's like whatever I did yesterday is yesterday, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about yesterday. They give a fuck about what can you do for them today. What can you create that's gonna be funny? That's gonna inspires somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always moving forward. For me to say this is the next thing I want to say, I'd be telling you a lie. I'd be telling you that's probably what I want to do now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The next week I might fucking want to be the greatest golfer, and I might really take a stab at it. Do you see what I'm saying? Because whatever it is that I touch, yo quiero, o sea, it's just my mentality, bro. I was like, if I'm gonna go into, say, being a taco guy, I want to be probably the best taco guy there is. You know what I'm saying? That's just my mentality. So whatever it is that I want to do today, if I accomplish it tomorrow, I'm done with it. I move on. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I tell you today might change tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, fair enough. Like with me, I want to do a Chicano rap documentary.
Yeah.
I got one more documentary in store that I want to do. And then I want to do a horror movie. You know? I don't want to give out too much what I want to do because I know I believe that I have a fucking blockbuster. So, and I already know who I want in it, but I just, that's like my bucket list.
Yeah, I mean, I think like if you ask me like what do I want to be remembered as, right? Or something to that nature.
Your legacy, yeah.
Like, it's just someone that wasn't apologetic about his talents. Because for a long time, I was kind of like, well, maybe I shouldn't rap because I'm doing comedy now. It's like, nah, fuck that. If I could rap and be successful at it, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna be apologetic about my talents. I'm just gonna do them. And if you like it, cool. If not, then whatever there is. There's 8 billion people in this world. Even if I could get 1% to like my shit, that'll be enough. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, now that I'm doing comedy, like I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I want to be the greatest comedian that ever lived. Yeah,
awesome.
There's nothing else to that. And if I could be the second best, then I accomplished something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I love the Felipe Esparza, I love the Fluffies, I love the George Lopez's, but like, do I want to be the greatest? Absolutely, bro. I wouldn't. You know, I play to win. I don't play to be second place.
That's good, bro, because I always tell people, no boxer trains to lose.
None of them.
And if you do, you already fucking lost, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think shout out to Ryan Garcia yesterday. He got dropped and he got back up and won that one.
And won the fight.
Yeah, man. That's how you know champions. That's when you know champions are made, man. It's like, how you get up from your knockdowns. You know,
like Ender Ruiz. He got dropped, got back up,
and won it.
Fucking won.
Dude, I was hosting a show that day. It was a Baby Bash show. Shout out to Baby Bash. He's a real good friend of mine.
Baby Bash.
You know, I've done a bunch of skits with him. He's, you know, fucking really good homie of mine. And I remember I was doing the show and I wasn't really privy to who like Andy really Ruiz was. I was just, you know, he was a boxer, but I didn't know that he was coming in to fight Anthony Joshua in a big fucking fight, you know. So I'm hosting the show and I'm like, yeah, put your hands up. And the dude's like, yo, Andy Ruiz just won. And I was like, okay, cool. Put your hands up, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, you don't get it. Like, this dude's the first Mexican heavyweight to ever win it. I said, okay. Yo, we just got the first Mexican. And the whole fucking theater went crazy, though. Like, 5,000 people were like, ah. And I was like, whoa. You know, and that's the first time I ever got a taste of, like, people really reacting to that, you know. Not my accomplishment, but it was Anthony, you know, Ruiz's fucking accomplishment. But that was fun, you know.
If I was there, you know what I would have done? I go, give me a mic.
Yeah.
As soon as you said that,
raw. Are you still DJing or you like?
You know what? I could still like, I can still fuck it up, bro.
Okay.
I'm just an old fool from the old school who's retired, bro.
Okay.
So, but I can still do it. I can still cut it up. I can still.
It's like riding a bike, I'm assuming, right? If you fucking give me some good.
I know some DJs didn't get mad, but I can still hang with a lot of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You don't want to see me. But
yeah. Dude, real quick, I just want to say shout outs to my whole R2S music group family, man. Shout outs to L2R. He's one of my artists, man. We're dropping music damn near monthly. We got videos coming out. Shout out to my boy Blue. Shout out to my boy Cali Roscoe. Those are the artists under the label. Okay. I have a record label as well. So, you know, we're trying to make it happen.
Wait. Okay. Let's go back. Hold on, pal.
Yeah.
Okay, from DJing to producing to rapping to DJ, your radio personality to acting to filming to directing and now to a record label. Okay. You got to hook me up with some of your artists so we can interview them.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, that to me is like, again, you know, with my record label, what I'm doing, I'm just trying to instill everything that I learned in the game, you know.
And comedian.
And comedian. You know, I mean, I think the comedian stuff is now, but I enjoy it, you know, like,
That shit is fucking hilarious.
Doggy, whenever, you know, like, this is really what keeps me going, right? Like, I remember asking my wife, like, yo, do I embarrass you in any of the shit that I do? And she's like, nah, do your thing. And I was like, all right, cool. Green
She goes,
light.
no, you're a fucking fool.
She's like, yeah, do your shit. I was like, all right, cool. Fine, then I'm doing my thing, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, so I wanted to just keep on doing that. And it's like, no matter what happened, I was just going to keep on doing the comedy stuff, you know? But the record label, yeah, I mean, it's definitely now just trying to teach these young guys how to be patient and how to learn the industry, so that by the time you're actually in the shit and you're making the living off of it, you know how to take care of your assets and all that stuff, you know?
I'm going to give a quick shout out real quick because he's a big fan of yours. My boy, Angel Montes, he owns the biggest restaurant in the city of Wilmington, Los Tres Cochinitos. He also owns a marisco spot called Al Cien. So next time you come down, I'm going to take you down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Angel, I know it's COVID, but you're going to have to like open it up for my boy Concrete so we can eat some shit. So much love, much respect. He was going to come today, but he's a busy man. So
yeah, man. You know, so many people wanted me to shout them out, bro. And I'm just like, you know, but shout outs to Carnalismo. Shout outs to...
Carnalismo?
You know, yeah, man. Shout outs to Raised by Latinos, man. Shout outs to... Man, I knew it was gonna black out, but shout outs to other people that follow me. Shout outs to other people that comment and like and, you know, really like my shit. Because without them, bro, at the end of the day, like if they didn't like or share my stuff, it wouldn't be possible without them, you know.
I'm gonna ask you a weird question. But I have to ask you this because this is the first time I met you. Okay.
Yeah.
And we met each other. You're such a likable guy, but I have to ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you have any haters?
I think everybody does. You know, I think even when you're not doing stuff that's entertainment or whatever, like you can have a hater at work, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you might just be better at changing that tire next to fucking Juan, and he might be like a fucking hater, and you know, whatever the case. But I think everybody has haters. I think with me, it's like I don't really pay attention to that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Tony, I don't really pay attention to none of that shit. Like, I think, you know, I'm so far ahead in like what, like mentality wise, you know what I'm saying? I've been through all this shit that it's like, even when a hater does talk to me or says something negative, like I actually respond to them. Like yesterday, right? I had this gentleman, he saw my Tepic skit and he said, wow, this is not making our ancestors happy. This is making a mockery of our culture. So, you know, I responded with, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
But you are more than welcome to hold Chicano studies, whatever, a class, write a book, make a movie, do a documentary of what the culture you think should be. I'm the student here, bro. I'm the comedian. I'm trying to make people laugh. If you're the one that wants to teach people, do your thing. And I said, you know what? Let me go on his page. I saw his page. It looked like he had... you know, like I went to his link tree and he had like a bunch of stuff like Justice for Marco and you know, like different organizations that you can donate. So I looked at the Justice for Marco and I said, okay, cool. I support your cause, bro. I donated money and I told him, I said, hey, bro, thank you for the communication. I supported your cause and good luck with everything. Best of luck. Best wishes. Now I said that, right? I donated to his fucking cause.
Yeah.
Right? He responds, which cause, bro? Because I have a lot of them.
De la verga, puto. That's what I would have said. I'm sorry.
You can't please everybody, Tony.
No, I know. Speak on it, bro. Speak on it.
So I decided to go on his page, look up his cause, and I said, bro, I'm going to donate to you because if you feel that I'm disrespecting your culture, let me tell you what this comedy is doing for me. It's giving me the financial stability to be able to put a little extra money into your cause. I'm just trying to make people laugh, brother. You know how many messages I get, bro, a week saying, hey, bro, I read one today. And it sucks because I can't read all my messages because so many of them. I don't mean to sound like that, but it's just a lot of them, right?
Right.
So I read one and this girl was like, hey, man, I just had surgery. I've been feeling really down. You know, but every time I go on your page, like, it makes me laugh and it makes me feel better. I've had people tell me, like, I'm going through depression, but I started following you and it makes me feel better. Bro, what the fuck? That's all I care about, bro.
That's it.
If I can make you laugh, bro, that's all that matters. All the rest of the shit is hoopla to me, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be successful and I quit on music and I wanted to make people feel good with music. And now I'm trying to make you feel good with comedy. And if that's not enough, then I'm fucking sorry, dude. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to keep doing what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't laugh and if you don't appreciate it, that's fine. I can't make everybody laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I just try to do comedy for everybody and hopefully it helps people. And when I get those messages, that means a lot to me. And that's what really keeps me going. If it wasn't for them, I would have quit a long time ago.
Awesome, bro. Awesome answer. Other than that, anything I didn't ask you, anything you want to promote, anything you want to share, whatever.
I mean, yeah, just follow me at Concrete Live if you want a good laugh. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like, I just, I come to my page if you want some positivity.
Right.
I rarely post negativity. I rarely post that. Every now and then, I mean, just like everyone else, something happens where it gets you upset and you post because of just being angry.
And you say, fuck you.
But that rarely happens because I've grown mentally and I've grown as a person, and I'm like, okay, cool. If I'm upset, I put my phone down. I'm like, and I walk away from it.
Yeah, I know.
Let me put my phone away.
I know how that feels.
Walk away from it and then come back to it when it's ready mentally to go back into the situation, right? But nah, man, I just want people to support the situation. I'm trying to make comedy. I'm trying to, uplift people, and I'm trying to just do better, man. Just, positive vibes the whole way, brother. Whether it's comedy, film, acting, whatever the case. Yeah. I'm just trying to do positive shit, bro. And if I got haters, then I appreciate it, I guess.
I had my boy Creeper Cholofit here.
Oh man, he's fucking hilarious.
Dude, we got fucking lit that night, bro. Like, fucking lit.
Yo, I think that dude's super creative, man. He has a bunch of characters. I've been following him for a long time.
He was like, what's up?
He's great as a, Cholo, man, he was out of here with that. Shout out to Food's Gone Wild. Like, that's another page, like Food's Gone Wild, right? Like, it's such a fucking great page, but it's so fucking hilarious, bro. And they capitalize on the culture, and they understood the culture, and they did that. And that's what I think is dope. Is like, it's talking to our people.
Yeah. And
now that they're verified, like, they're just big. Shout out to Dogface. Shout out to all these dudes that really did something in 2020 and were able to be successful. And that's dope. I mean, I think that drives the culture forward, and it drives what we're trying to get done here. And we're just not immigrants, or like, we're actually people trying to do better and trying to create businesses and try to create opportunities for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing, bro. It's open the door for the next man, like you said.
Awesome. Other than that, shout outs. Let's give a shout out to your boys right here,
man. Well, shout outs to my boy Rich. You know what I'm saying? He's L2R's dad. That's one of my artists. You know what I'm saying? So, his dad came with me. He wanted to, kind of feel the vibes and see what was going on. Shout out to my cousin P. Paps, man, we've been rocking since we were obviously kids, man. He's seen me do all the scandalous shit. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta give him a shout out.
We've been fired. We almost burnt down Eagle Rock Mall together.
Nah, I mean?
Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a great story, Dude, like, earlier you were telling me about how, like, people recognize you, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, let's talk about that.
So just real quick, dude, like, I'm new to this, like, Insta famous shit. Like, people will sometimes reckon whatever, right? And I'm still like tripped out about it when people recognize me. Hey, you're Concrete, right? So I'm still like whatever about it. And I remember, like, man, it must have been a couple months ago. There was like this little Cholito fool. He was like, look at him. He's like, I'm like, damn, this fool's gonna trip on me. I was like, fool, I don't bang. Like, I do. I'm hella old, bro. Like, I don't bang. And that fool's looking at me. He's like, mad dogging fool, and I'm like, damn, this was tripping. I was like, he's gonna trip on me. He's like, hey, fool. And I'm like, hey, what's up, dog? What's up, dog? You good? And he's like, hey, fool, you that fool from Instagram, huh? And I was like, fuck yeah, that's me, bro. I was like, what's up? He's like, oh, fool, you're fool. Hey, dog, you're fucking funny, dog. And I'm like, hell yeah. Fool. I was like, yeah, that's me. Fool. I was like, which character do you love? He's like, all of them. I'm like, fuck yeah. I was like, fool, I thought you were gonna fucking bang on me. And I was like, nah, homie, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, fool. And I was like, what's up? He got serious again. He's like, hey, can I ask you a question, fool? And I was like, yeah, what's up, fool? He's like, hey, can I take a fleek out with you? I was like, fuck yeah, fool. I was like, come on, bring it in for the real thing, buddy. So he gets next to me, right? And I take the picture, and it's all fucking love. He's like, hey, fool, you're funny as fuck, fool, good shit. I'm like, hey, fool, thank you, dog. I thought you were gonna bang on me, fool. He's like, no. It's like, hey, fool, you're funny. I follow you. I was like, all right, fool. Hey, fool, have a good day. Hey, yeah, you too. Hey, Spencer Holmes. And I was like, nah, fool, you're good. You just scared me a little bit, fool, So he's walking away. He's like, hey, fool. And I was like, I turned around. I was like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, but where you from, though? Like, hey, where'd you grow up at? And I was like, oh, fool, I'm not even from here, G. I was like, we're all good. Fool. I was like, we're all good. I was like, nah, I'm not going to tell this fool. I was like, fool, hey, we're good. But hey, if you fucking DM me, fool, if you need a shout out, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I literally thought, I was like, man, this fool's going to fucking bang on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm new to this, like, fame shit, bro. Like, or whatever the case is, right?
I know.
So people look at me and they're like, man, is that really that motherfucker? Like, I was at Vallarta, fool. I was getting carnitas, fool, and some fool was like, I got my mask on, you know, I'm 6 feet apart, and I was like, hey, fool, hey, concrete, and I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, oh, fool, I'm a big fan, fool, and that fool's holding the bolillos, and that fool's like shaking with the bolillos, and I was like, fool, you're cool, fool. He's like, can I take a flick with you? He's like, yeah, cool. He's like, hey, fool, do you mind taking your mask off, fool? Because they're not gonna believe me. And I was like, yeah, fool, I got you, fool. I was like, I got you, fool. What's up, fool? Fucking, you know, so he's like, hey, fool, can you take a mask off, fool? Because nobody's gonna believe me, fool. Like nobody, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, for sure. But like that's the cool shit, fool. Like that's
dope.
I think that's what
That's dope.
It's like a cool little high, you know. It's like people recognize you.
I mean, you know what? I've had people recognize me, and I thought they were like gonna fucking bang on me. I've been with my daughter, like eating at a restaurant, motherfucker looking at me crazy. Like I told my girl, you know what? Go ahead and I'm gonna pay for the bill. Go to the front.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker's over here looking at me crazy. Don't worry. If I swing on this motherfucker, go to the car. Whatever. Motherfucker meets me and tells me, hey, are you Tony A? No fucking bass in his voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you know what I think it is? No, go ahead.
And I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? Can I take a picture with you? And I was like, dude, you were fucking looking at me crazy, bro. What the fuck was up with that?
Yeah.
No, I was telling my girl, okay, yeah, we'll take a photo. But don't fucking do that no more, bro. You have my fucking adrenaline pumping, homie.
Nah, you know what it is? And it's all in the stance, fool.
I know.
It's all how they roll up. Because like once they roll up like this, fool, and they're like this, fool, they're like, hey, what's up, fool? Like once they do this shit, hey, fool, what's up, fool? Hey, fool. Like they do this shit, and you're like, oh, fuck, this was in a trip. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, I got my hands, yeah, hey, what's up, fool? What's going on? Yeah, I'm concrete, fool. I was like, feed me, fool, what's up, fool? And I'm like, oh, okay, we're all good.
Oh, we're all good.
Because it's all in the stance, fool. It's how they would, if they pull their pants up, fool, they're about to trip.
I know, yeah.
If they go like this, hey, what's up? Like that, fool, it's a wrap, fool.
It's a wrap.
You're about to get hit up, fool.
That's when you drop the left hook. I don't give a fuck. But
Nah, I usually like, I'm like, hey, what's up, you know? Oh, if I'm not from here and shit, you know? I'm from the valley. Where'd you grow up? Oh, fool, Granada Hills. Why, what's up? From Porter Ranch? Why, what's up? They're like, where the fuck is that? I don't even know, fool.
Do you bang, fool?
Hey, you bang, fool? Like, hey, but I've been banged on hard, fool.
For reals?
What do you mean? Yeah, motherfucker. Like, I've been banged on hard, fool. And I'm always like, nah, fool, I don't bang. Why, what's up? I was like, why, what's up? Who? Why, who's around? Who's that? Who is he, fool? Like, I'm always trying to get on their team. Why, what's up, fool? What block is this, fool? I got your back, brother. What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy, bro? I'll be with my son right here, okay? Motherfuckers be looking at me, and I'm usually the first man. What the fuck you looking at, bro?
Yeah, no, see, that's how you get shot, Tony.
Dude, I know, I understand.
You can't do that, fool. You can't be a fucking cowboy.
I know that. You're drinking out of a cowboy shot glass.
Yeah,
I get it.
I'm Rams fan.
I know that, but you know what? That's just in my fucking blood, bro. And I need to stop.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what the fuck you looking at, bro?
Tony.
No, I'm just a fan. And I'm like, fuck. I fucked up. Honestly, because...
Yeah, you got to remember, fool, like, you're a fucking person. You've been in the game. You've been doing your shit, bro, you know?
I know. And I usually tell my son, like, man, fuck that motherfucker. He's over here staring at us. Fuck that fool.
My fucking Danny's trying to eat my fucking gram slam. He's over here mad dogging me.
Exactly. I'm over here fucking eating my nachos. And this motherfucker's over here.
I'm over here eating my fucking enchiladas. This was on fucking mad dogging, homie. I want some. No, I'm just saying, fool, like, you know,
I need to slow down.
I got scared that one time. No,
that should be turning me on, bro. That's why motherfucker, look, here's my fault. When motherfucker be like, hey, fuck you, you're a fucking lame. You know, these fucking internet warriors.
I love that word.
Yeah, you're a fucking lame. And like, meet me somewhere, you son of a bitch. You know, let's go right now. Nah, fuck you, homeboy. Fuck you and your fake profile picture. But we be going back, and then the next morning, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
I know, I can't do that.
Well, I mean, your personality, you gotta maintain your fucking.
So if you're out there and that was you, suck a dick.
And if we're asking from, hey, just walk up to me, fool. We're good. Fool.
We're good, homie.
If you ever see me on the street, fool, and you want to get a pig, just fucking come through, fool. Like,
he'll share salsa and chips with you.
Yeah, fool. Don't show me how high your socks are, perro, because I get scared. Sick ass Sean Check, homie. Shout out to Fool's Gone Wild. I love that fucking page, though. It's so good.
I came on my own. Saca la verguita. Anyways. But, okay.
Is there a Jack close by, like a Jack in the Box?
Yeah, down PCH.
Oh, curly fries right now, homie, going down with fucking ranch, homie. No, not the ranch, the buttermilk. Fuck ranch.
The buttermilk. Fuck ranch.
It's the buttermilk, bro. If you look, dog, we started that shit. My generation started the fucking butter ranch. You know the buttermilk on the motherfucking jumbo jack with cheese, no onions.
Okay, I had a Samoan friend, jumbo jack cheese.
Jumbo jack? Not jumbo jack
No,
with
no,
cheese?
not jumbo jack cheese. And I
Oh
was like,
shit,
what
that's
the
a remix. Remix.
Yeah.
Hey, did you have drops like that?
No, my
Dude, you were doing your own drops?
no,
You were
my
like-
drop
you were
was
It's DJ Tony A with the Wizard.
Was that you or were you doing your own drops?
no, my drops was call somebody, text somebody, slap shit at somebody, let them know that Roadium Radio's in the motherfucking building.
Oh shit, he dropped the tag.
Yeah.
Shout out to the board guys over there.
When Roadium Radio's popping, the panties are dropping.
Oh shit, hello.
Welcome back to Roadium Radio. This is the podcast of Slap Your Coach Your Fat Ass with a Fat Ass Dick. And I'm Tony A, the Wizard, your host. You're welcome back to the Golden Shower Hour, and I'm back here with Concrete.
Sick ass fool. Hey, you ever thought about doing a podcast, man? You'll be sick.
I once thought about it.
You'll be you'll be sick, bro. Sick ass jumbo jack right now with 2 tacos on me. Extra,
Mystery meat.
extra cheese. No, they're soybeans.
Are you serious?
You didn't know there were soybeans, bro? Okay, so let me tell you guys right now.
Yeah, tell us. You
I'm-
fucking,
my
you
bad,
hit Easy
Pedro.
E.
My bad, Pedro. All right. The 3-wheel motion? Ah, cabrón. My bad. My bad. All right. So, yeah. So, Jack in the Box tacos are soybeans, my guy. Just so you know.
So they're actually healthy.
Yeah, they're beans. That's why Mexicans love that shit. Doesn't it all make sense now?
See?
Did I tell you, fool, I was 2% Mayan?
For reals?
Fool. I did an ancestor DNA, pero guess what? 2% fucking Mayan.
No shit.
Well, that's why the technology, fool, I know it.
So what is the other
Smartphones?
98% are you?
It's a mystery, fool. I can't tell you, pero on the next episode of the Roadium, episode 124, homie.
Just like the mystery meat at Taco Bell.
Just like the mystery meat. The mystery carne. Yo, why is it always like, right? Like Chicanos or whatever, like we always have to say the first shit in English and the last piece in Spanish. Hey, homie, you gonna go to the fucking casa? Hey, homie, I'm gonna go take a playa.
Take a liquiazo.
If you've never been to jail, playa means a shower or a bath. I'm pretty sure it's a shower.
Yeah, you need to write your own fucking Chicano lingo fucking
Fool, I've been to jail one time.
no shit. Tell us about it.
One time before I leave, bro. All right, so I got into the trafficking business.
Camp Snoopy or
No. I really went to jail. So I got into the trafficking business, right? This is when I wanted to be a drug dealer, right? So I remember I got a QP of some great Kush. At the time, Kush was like the shit, right?
Simon.
So I got a QP of some bomb Kush,
I'm gonna give him a pour you another.
and I had some other illegal substance. They're called party favors in the white world.
Like the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had some party favors, and then I had some hashish.
Nah, man.
And I remember I was living in Palmdale, and somebody had called me for a studio session. Hey man, you gotta come serve some stuff. And I was like, all right, fuck yeah. So here I am thinking I'm a drug dealer. I don't know nothing about drug dealing at all whatsoever. But I was making really good money, right? So I'm over here fucking cruising at my mom's fucking Alta, my homie, and I get off on Highland right there on Hollywood. I'm going to the studio in Hollywood, and we get pulled over. Fuck, the guy was like, "Hey man, you know why I pulled you?" I was like, "No, I don't know what's going on, officer." He's like, "Oh, your buddy wasn't wearing a seatbelt." I was like, "Fuck." He's like, I kind of smell weed coming from the car. Do you have anything more? And I was like, nah, I'm super good. Right. I don't have anything. Anyways, once they separated us, my boy kind of was like, yeah, we kind of do. Right? So they popped the Trizunk, and then they find all the paraphernalia, right? All the drugs. And the guy's like, oh, all right, buddy. You're going back to the police station. So it's my first time ever being in handcuffs like that. So here I am in the back fucking seat of this unit. And I tell my boy, I was like, hey, bro, like, it's both of ours, right? He was like, oh, fool, it's both of ours. Fool, we're a team, right? I was like, yeah, right? Okay, all right, good. So we get to the police station. And then, so they put me in this, like, little cell. It's like a little fish tank.
Right.
Kind of look like Chucky and shit. I'm just looking at the fucking glass. I was like, man, what the fuck's going on? All right? And then I see my boy walking out, and he was like, I'm going to call you. And I was like, what the fuck? how did this motherfucker get out?
Yeah.
We were in this shit together. Right? And then the fucking cop comes, he's like, hey, what's up, man? So your buddy, yeah, I think he put it all on you.
What
I was like, what do you mean all on me? He was like, yeah, like all the stuff. He's like, he said it was all yours. It's like, that son of a bitch. All right. I was like, all right, fuck it, right? So then they're like, all right, come on, we're gonna take you to fucking county. And I'm like, oh fuck, I never done this shit before. I've never been arrested, Tony. I've never been in the back of a unit, right?
Right.
It's the first time you've seen like the inside of a cop car, fool, besides like a dare, right? So I'm in the back, fool, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to county, right? So I go through the whole registration process. I'm doing a sick ass bid, fool. They're like, dog, we're gonna throw the book at you. They're like, the cops are like, fool, you're doing at least 10 to 15. I'm like, oh fuck. Fool, that's what I knew. Fool, like, oh, I'm not that fucking gangster, bro. I'm not that fucking gangster, bro. I'm not about this life. I'm not about this life, bro. Right? So then, yeah, fool, they fucking booked me, fucking fingerprint. Like, fuck, I'm like, oh, the whole shit. I'm like fucking typewriting and shit with all these fingerprints,
They
right?
check your chicloso.
The whole shit, fool, cough. Oh my God, embarrassing, fool. It's the most embarrassing. It's fucking degrading, bro. Okay, right? So I'm sitting there holding my nutsack.
I mean,
and the guy's like, all right, cool, man, go inside, get your shit. And so we get my little fucking clothes, and I didn't understand. I was like, man, where the fuck are my laces? Oh yeah, those are for your own protection. I was like, for what? They're like, you're not gonna kill yourself. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking kill myself, bro. What do you mean? Like, I need my fucking shoelaces. You'll get them at the end. I was like, all right, fuck it. So they took my belt, my shoelaces. I remember I had a hoodie on, so they took the string out, all kinds of shit, right, to prevent suicide. Right?
Yeah.
So I go in there, bro, and I'm doing this fucking crazy bid. So I go into county, fool, and this is the first time I ever been into the glass house, anything that situation. And they're like, all right, lunch. Here I come. I was like, all right, fuck, we're about to fucking have some lunch. I'm thinking at least school lunch, motherfucker, you know?
Right.
They gave me a little burrito, this fucking big, my G, a burrito that big, and the fucking apple was like a cherry. I was like, what the fuck is this? And like some pudding. It didn't even say, it just said pudding. It didn't even say what it was at all. I'm like, oh fuck, right? So I'm eating this shit, and I'm like looking at, because like we're in this big ass, like it's like a dormitory. It's kind of like a campground, right? Like, oh, this is cool. It's like a few TVs and shit. And I'm walking in. I'm like, fuck, there's no beds. Okay, that food looks crazy. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Ooh, yeah, no, not there. I go this way. I'm like, all right, fool, a paisa. So this little paisa's like laying down in the bottom, and I get the top bed. And I was like, all right, fool, we should be. Because like, hey, ¿qué onda, güey? He's like, no, it's like, más, güey, nos agarraron, bien gacho. And I was like, pues, ¿qué pasó, güey? And that fool's like, nah, güey, pues, estaba largo el cuento, güey. And I was like, all right, chill, fool. So I get on top, and I'm laying down, fool, whatever, fall asleep, wake up, fool, the next day. Some fool was like, all right, no, we're going to fucking lunch again. And here goes a fucking burrito with the little cherry, fool. The burrito with the little cherry, fool. And by this time, fool, I'm getting acclimated. I feel like I'm a part of the whole shit, fool. I'm like, hey, what's up, fool? What time is lunch? Why are we going outside, fool? I was like, what's going down, man? I already feel like I'm part of the fucking team, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's like, hey, what you do? I'm here for trafficking, fool. He's like, and now I know why they call it, like, gladiator school. I didn't know, right? Because once I told people trafficking, because that's what I read on my paperwork, I didn't fucking know I was like big time, right? Some fool was like, trafficking? He's like, that's what's up, fool. He's like, how many pounds can you get? I was like, fool, I'm out of the game, my G. I'm out of the game. Like, fool, I'm in here because of that. What do you mean, how many pounds can I get? I'm done, right? Oh, hey, that's right, homie. I was like, all right, but whatever. So I remember for the Laker game was about to start, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I put the bunk bed. I'm like, fuck yeah, I fixed my little shirt into a pillow. I'm like, fuck yeah, first quarter, let's go. I got 10 on the Lakers. And they're like, Gutierrez, you ready to go? And I was like, how many Gutierrez? I didn't get up because I was like, how many Gutierrez are in here? There's like about 45 people in here, you know, right? We're all like sleeping amongst each other. And I'm like, they're like, Gutierrez, you ready to go? And I fucking get up and I'm like, is it, I didn't want to say my name because I never liked my name. I never had a strong name like Ernesto, like Pedro. She was like, Christian. I was like, Christian? Is it for Christian? And they're like, yeah, Christian Gutierrez, let's go. You're out of here. You made bail. I was like, oh, fuck. I don't have to pretend no more that I'm hard, bro. I fucking ran out of that place, bro. No way. I ran out of that place. I was eating fucking Chinese food within 5 minutes, my G. Let me tell you, bro. Jail was not for me, my guy. At all. At all. Fool, like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, that is just not for me, dog. Like there's people that are like go in there and they're like fucking like, you know, fool, I didn't even use a phone. There's too many guys in line. Right. I was like, fool, I'm not trying to wait in the line. Second of all, fool, I saw some fool get like punched for like hanging up too late. I was like, never mind. My parents will find out what I've been in jail for when I get home. I was like, yeah, they're gonna have to wait for that collect call, bro. I'll fucking call them when I get outside of county, bro.
Phone check, fool.
I'm good, bro. You don't need to phone check, homie. It's all yours, perro.
It's all.
I'm good. I was like, bro, I'm just trying to make music. I'm trying to shoot some music videos. I'm trying to change my life, bro. Anyways, I won on Prop 35.
Nah, I mean.
Yeah. Prop 35, man, saved my life. I was a first-time offense, and I was out of there. Never looked back again. I never got into drugs again. I was out of there, bro. I just wanted to be better now. But that was the first time I ever went to jail, Tony. So now you know, and everybody knows now.
I went to jail in 1984, and I'm fucking glad I never went back, bro.
Doesn't it feel like that?
Yeah, bro. So I'm fucking glad.
I did 37 hours when I felt like I was in there for fucking like a dime. Well, I almost got tattoos in there for 36 hours. Well, I was like, I need my fucking block out. Boom. Sick. Anybody got some fucking tinta in here, homie? 36 hours before I had my own little crew, perro. La neta, I had 4 little paisas for like, ¿qué hay que hacer, güey? And I was like, nothing, fool, just chill, fool. Like, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's nothing to do right now. Órale.
Let's bang on
hey, fool, just chill. Nah, fool, just chill, fool. We're good, fool. Let's just wait for lunch and then we're good, fool. Watch the Laker game. You know? I'm sorry, boy, if I'm rambling on. But
all good, homie. You know? How much did they pay you, though?
Oh, to babysit? I got that one, homie.
Let's take a little sip.
Can I be honest, fool?
Let's take a little sip.
Fool, I don't drink.
I know. But
I don't drink.
I'm not trying to be a bad influence.
You're far from that, dog.
Ay, way.
I mean, I don't know what else I'm going to tell you. I just told you the first time I went to jail. I never went back.
Yeah.
Never went back, fool.
Okay, let's end it with any more shout outs? I know you shouted out like everybody already.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to, you know, I've been working heavily right now with AV Chevy. Shout out to my boy Justin from AV Chevy. We've been doing a lot of great commercials, doing promoting for Chevy. Recently started working with Mission Bay Chevy, SoCal Chevy, doing some stuff with them, doing some marketing for them. And I'm just trying to get better on what I'm trying to do, dog. Awesome. But just shout outs to everybody that follows me. Without you guys, this shit means nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you know, so that's just basically what it is, bro, you know.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. Next time you come, we're going to take phone calls from the top.
Can I be honest, fool? You're faded, fool. You're faded, my G, because that fool's like, hey, fool, next time we come, fool. I usually take phone calls, fool. Pero ya ahorita ando bien pedo, güey. And he looked at me with that lag. He was like this. Cause you guys can't see it. You guys can't see this angle, but this fool looked at me like he looked over here and then looked at me. I was like, oh, this fool's pale. He's all like, hey fool, next time you come, fool.
Okay, check this out, bro. Am I drunk?
He's like, we're gonna go live next time, fool. Right now it's all pre-recorded, fool.
Look, am I buzzed? I'm gonna go straight be honest with you, homie. Straight from the streets, homie. Yes, I am.
Yeah, my G, you want 2 tacos, fool? Extra cheese, homie. Well done.
Hell yeah.
You gotta always
soybeans.
Look, listen. You always gotta ask for the well done, because if not, let me tell you, my boy worked at Jack in the Box. He told me the secret. He said, if you don't ask for well done tacos at Jack in the Box, they're gonna give you the ones that have been sitting there, for the ones that are like lost a crisp to it.
No shit.
And they look like the lettuce is like, it looks like it's 4 days old. Get the well done, my guy. It's gonna change your life.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him, because usually I get the tacos and the lettuce looks like some old lady's toenails.
That's what I'm saying, Tony. Yes. You gotta say, I need them well done, fresh, and they'll be like, fuck, all right, good. Oh, come to the next window, please. Thank you. But you can hear it in their tone that they're upset about it, because they don't want to make new tacos. They want you to eat the fucking old ones. They want you to eat the ones that don't crunch no more, fool. Those are the ones that I just kind of rip the top, fool, and I eat the meat part.
Exactly. It's almost like eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and taking off the fucking rim, just like.
Yeah,
I get it.
That was one of my favorite happy birthdays too, man.
What's that?
It was. I remember I think it was like my 11th or 12th birthday.
Peanut butter and jelly.
No, let me tell you, I was a big fan of Famous Stars with Cheese.
Okay.
Right, and at the time I used to collect cans and shit, trying to make a little extra money. right? So I used to go people's houses and steal their cans. I would steal their cans, and by the end of the day, I would have enough for like a jumbo jack combo, right?
A jumbo jack with cheese.
A jumbo jack with cheese. So I remember for one of my birthdays, man, it must have been like a really hard time for my parents.
Right.
It must have been a super hard time because my mom, no matter what happened, bro, they always had a cake, a party, and it was nice.
And frijoles.
En frijoles de la olla con arroz y un pinche menudito a ti.
Un quesecito.
Un quesito y una salsa. What did I say, guys? Salsa on the rocks, fool. Right? But this one specific birthday, I remember my dad said, today I'm going to take you to wherever you want to go eat. He said, we're not going to be able to do a party for you, meal, but we're going to take you to wherever you want to eat. And I remember my dad, I was like, oh man, like, I remember Pizza Hut, and when I said Pizza Hut, his eyes were like, fuck, this was going to break me for like 25 right now. Right? And I was like, vamos al Carl's Jr., pa. And I was like, vamos. And he's like, get whatever you want. And I was like, fuck, whatever I want? I remember I got the double, the superstar, fool. That's the two, not the famous star, but it was the two, fool.
The two carnes.
And I remember eating the fucking famous star from my dad's. He was like, that's feliz. And I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, this is what I want. And what I'm trying to say is that take the smallest things in life, bro, to make your kid or somebody happy, bro. It's the smallest things in life that will change somebody's life. I want to leave you with that. It's the smallest things in life that could change somebody's life. Other birthdays are great, but I remember that specific one because no matter what it was, my dad made it happen, and I was happy at the end of the day. So sometimes when you think you got to buy your kid this PS5, or you got to spend time with your kid and just talk to him and feed him, and you'll be all right.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Your boy Concrete, man. Thank you, brother, for having me. I appreciate your time.
Muchas gracias, hermano.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
And this will not be your last time, okay?
Hey, man, invite me again. I'll come through.
Most definitely. Other than that, let me go ahead and give a shout out to my boy John motherfucking Elkins, the Steve Jobs of this fucking city of Torrance. This shit would not be possible without him. Okay, so
shout out to Spanish Fly, man. Shout out to all my now I'm getting all my shout outs.
Go ahead.
Oh, man, okay.
Ese Dez, my boy.
Shout outs to Ese Dez. I had a little list, perro.
David Zamora Ariano.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout out some of my
enemies
followers right now.
Shout out to
Jimmy Humilde. Shout outs to Rancho Humilde, lovely OG Louie. Shout out to Frankie J, Jem Mendoza, Flamin' Hot Tits. That's my sister's Instagram name.
Flamin' Hot Tits.
Yeah, don't ask.
Okay,
that's my little sister.
Dispensa.
Sorry, fool. I know. I told her to change her name, but shout out to her. Shout out to Felipe Esparza, Burbank, Burschrock, Cheekies. Jay Taylor, the Escapers. Shout out to my Escaper family all the way in fucking Vegas. Man, shout outs to Lorenzo. Shout outs to Official Ralph's. I'm just looking at all my comments right now. See, shout outs to Bebecita. Shout out to Josie. Shout outs to Break Ricky, Burst Rock. Man, so many people though that I want to mention.
Keep going.
Shout outs to Jay Valentino. Shout outs to the Hyphenate. Shout outs to Manny Spade. Man, shout outs to Guap City. Shout outs to everybody that I work with, Frankie J, Baby Bash, everybody I've shot music videos for. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to shoot music videos. We have over 250 million views on all my work. It's been because of you guys giving me the opportunity to shoot music videos. Yeah. I've been blessed, man. I've traveled the world. I've seen the world, from Puerto Rico, Europe, Sweden, fucking South America. I've seen it all, and it's been fun, man. I just want to thank everybody for letting me do that for them, man. Appreciate it, brother.
It's people like you, bro, that encourage people to keep going. So I thank you for coming on, blessing me with an opportunity to interview you.
Thank you, bro. One thing I just do want to add before I leave is that, before I started doing comedy in 2018, they stole all my equipment. This is when I was really directing. They stole all my equipment, my camera, my lenses, backpack, everything. Over $30,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah.
I was shooting a music video for Sagan and Compton Menace. They stole all my equipment. This is when I was doing film, and I want to leave you with this, all right? I remember I was devastated. This is when I was traveling, nobody cared, right? They just cared about what I was, the music videos, right?
Right.
So I remember they stole all my equipment, dog, and I was so devastated that I started to let my hair grow. I stopped doing music videos because people stopped calling me because they know I didn't have equipment. I found out who my friends really were. I found out who my friends really weren't. And then the reason I started doing comedy was out of depression. That's the honest truth. I posted one of my most open videos on Instagram. I was begging people. I was like, if you guys know anything, let me know. I need my equipment. This is what I feed my family on. Music videos is what I feed my family with. If you guys have any information, please hit me up. Of course, nobody hit me up, whatever the case. I started doing comedy because I had nothing else. That's the only thing I had left. I started doing comedy, and comedy within the amount of maybe a year and a half changed my life, 180. And I started doing comedy because I had nothing else to lose. I had been as vulnerable as I could have been on Instagram. People saw me almost damn near crying, asking, begging for anybody to give me information on my gear. I said, you know what else do I have to lose? So I started doing comedy. And that was a way for me to feel like I was being productive again. What I'm trying to say this is, the moment I stopped giving a fuck about what people thought about me is the moment I succeeded. Because I was doing it for me, not for anybody else. Be yourself, go for what you want, and you're gonna be successful. This is why I'm here now. Thank you, brother.
Awesome. And that's what I'm doing right now. Because right now we got a bunch of bullshit going on social media. People trying to pin shit on me. But you know what? Here's what it is to me. And I keep it pushing, bro. I keep it pushing. So, an innocent man has nothing to hide. Okay? And I'm very transparent. But with that being said, I'm not going to waste too much time on that. My boy John motherfucking Elkins and my boy Anthony, I want to welcome him to our new team. So,
hey, there it goes.
Yeah, there we go. Anthony.
There you go, Anthony. Shout out to the crew on the boards.
Yes.
Hello. On the two tortillas. Oh, no, they're not DJs.
Yes,
but hey, shout out to my boy John D. Super motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Spanish Fry, the whole team, man. Shout out to Eddie Mean. Shout out to SA Dash. Shout out to the whole squad, man. Love you guys.
Hey, check this out. Somebody text me. Somebody high up. When I say high up, somebody in platinum. He's a millionaire.
Yeah.
He texted me and told me that just, welcome to the next level, when he saw all the bullshit that was coming against me, bro. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, my son, B. Scanless, much love, much respect to him because he helps me promote this shit. My boy, DJ Mid-Eclipse, he goes diagnosed with COVID, so prayers up to him. Other than that, let me go ahead and give a shout out to Erica, manager of Bella. Much love, much respect to her. Bella, sky's the limit. Ray Monique, sky's the limit. And to my girl, Magic Girl, sky's the limit. So other than that,
shout out to MC Magic, man.
Magic.
Shout out to all these, man. I have so many people that I've worked with, bro. Shout out to Trish. Shout out to Joey Quinones.
Yes. I'm working on getting Joey Quinones here.
Shout out to ODM. Shout out to the, man, I just work with so many people, man, and I just want to thank them all. And I hate having to forget names because
it's okay.
Man. But you guys know what's up, man. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So other than that, you know what? If you support Roadium Radio, much love, much respect. If you don't, pues vete la pinche verga, culero. Other than that,
no seas malo, Tony.
I'm trying.
Didn't we just talk about that? You gotta talk about your anger issues, bro. You can't do that.
I know. Okay, look.
I'm sorry. Can you guys zoom in?
Look, what if I say vete la verga with no bass in my voice? Does that sound better?
It might work.
Vete la verga, culeros.
Ahí está, güey.
Yeah.
You gotta be nice, bro. You gotta be nice.
I'm trying to be serio.
You gotta be nice.
Por favor, Diosito, ayúdame.
Serio with 3 R's.
Nah, I mean. So,
yo, man, shout out to all my pinche raza, güey. Gracias por ayudarme. Thank you for supporting me. Let's get out of here, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go. My wife already texted me, ¿a qué horas, cabrón?
Yeah, if you guys hate, te la verga, culero. But anyway, we're out of here. Have a blessed night. 2021 in the motherfucking building. Concrete, our first interview of the new year. Nothing but positivity. Much love, much respect. Raza, stand up. Throw that motherfucking fist in the air. We're here to win.
Let's go.
Period. And we fucking out.
Let's get out of here. Let's keep drinking. I don't know where we're going.
Fuck yeah.